Morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports guard radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Guards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Guard show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, I heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, $14,000 off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Sometimes I think the universe kind of gives you a warning, just like, you ready for anything today? I went, for the show, obviously. I had to pick up some stuff at the pharmacy. And, you know, that place is, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Truly.
They closed one pharmacy near our house, and now the pharmacy we go to is like twice as many people. So I'm waiting in line. Everything seems to be in order. It's like, this line's not too long. I'm going to be fine. There's some poor woman, and she's trying to get her medication, and they don't have exactly what she thinks they have for her. And she was like, I am not leaving this window till I get my medication. Somebody called me last night and said they had it. And I have great sympathy for someone like that. You know, you need the medication.
Right.
But it's just going to add a kind of an element of there's some weird energy going on.
Okay.
And she's like, and of course the pharmacists are, you know, they don't want to antagonize anybody.
Right.
Like, this is what's ready. You can take this. Well, I'm looking for my other medication. Well, can you wait at the other window and then we'll get that for you? Well, I'm not leaving here until I get it because they told me last night. So you got that going on. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that worked out. By the time I left, things had calmed down. At another window, there's a woman and she's standing there and she's just laughing to herself. I don't know what about, but that's fine. You
about
know,
what's happening?
I don't know. I don't think so. She was kind of looking off. And
right.
So this is going on. It's like, all right, we got some, you know, some interesting energy here.
Yeah.
I'm behind this guy in line, and he turns around to me, Alan, and he smiles, and I think he's going to comment on things. And he goes, my shirt's inside out, and I just noticed. And sure enough, it was.
The Twisted Tuesday? Where the heck is this pharmacy?
And I looked at him, and I was like, yeah, you sure do, but you know what? You pulled it off. It looks good. He was a nice guy.
Pharmacies, man.
I got my medication. Everything's on the way. But, you know, everything went fine. But I just thought, all right, that's kind of a warning just to be aware that things are kind of all over the place today.
I think you probably need to just see what your other options are. Just see what your other options are.
Yeah.
And make a decision.
And then the guy was very nice. Yeah, you know, I could probably paint one side one color and then reversible, and I'll make a lot of money.
It's a whole convo.
Yes.
That you didn't necessarily ask for.
No, but it was fine. He was nice. It's just not what I expected him to say when he turns and looks at me and says, yeah, my shirt's inside out. I'm just noticing.
You had to tell somebody. You had to tell somebody.
And he did. He pulled it off.
Yeah.
There's a lesson in that.
Okay.
No matter what you're doing or saying, or, you know, you do it with confidence, and people are going to go, yeah, works for me.
You got to own the room.
Mm-hmm.
You got to own the room.
Yeah,
that's the,
you know
that's the number one. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the words to live by.
You've owned a lot of rooms in your day, haven't you?
You have to. Or if not, it'll own you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that.
That's right.
You don't want that.
Maybe that was a lesson for me today.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this thing. It wasn't really motivational, but it's a little bit different than, you know, the saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to move to another room. You've heard that, right? Obviously, it's all about learning.
Yeah.
All about learning.
Right.
I saw another one, and it said, if you're not bringing something basically it was not the opposite of that, but essentially if you're not bringing something to the table, if you're not bringing something into the room, then you also don't need to be in that room. So, you got to own the room. You got to bring something to the room, but not be the smartest guy in the room.
My favorite version of that saying, similar version, is Rex Hudler used to be a baseball player, became a broadcaster. He said, you want to be a fountain, not a drain.
I like that.
Fountain.
Yeah.
Not a drain.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that. We were, speaking of fountains and drains, you definitely don't want your water to be sitting because it's mosquito season.
Oh, I know that.
And we were with Luz Robles, who is the mosquito queen, Sacramento YOLO Mosquito and Vector Control District. I learned a lot about mosquitoes today, Whitey. We got some information, some videos coming out. Frank LaRosa was in the building as well. We were having a good old time. Chris Watkins, of course, was our film director.
Is Frank a mosquito expert?
Frank is.
Mosquitoes to go?
All I know is I saw him with a golf club.
If a mosquito is biting you, slap it.
Well, I didn't realize they brought real mosquitoes into the studio. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm going to move something. Chris says, hey, Alan, we're trying to organize things. So I just think they're, fake mosquitoes, whatever. I pick it and Luce goes, hey, be careful. And I look, Whitey, there's a whole life cycle of mosquitoes, the larva and everything.
They lay eggs in the water.
Downstairs, and I almost spilled it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But did you know that male mosquitoes don't bite? Did you know that?
I think I did know that.
All they do is mate. Mate, and also, I guess, help pollen or something like that. But they don't bite you.
Pollen?
Yeah, help pollinate.
Oh, okay.
But they do not bite. And I learned that today. So shout out Luz Robles, shout out the Sacramento YOLO Mosquito and
I got a
Vector
pond
Control
in my backyard that's full of mosquito
Yeah,
fish.
that's sitting water.
No, it's full of mosquito fish that I got from the county to eat the mosquito larva. They bring it out to your house for free.
But that's because you have sitting water. That's why you need that.
Well, yeah. But it actually has a little waterfall. It's not really sitting. But yes, my point is they will come out and bring mosquito fish out to you.
And wipes and everything you need.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to mosquito today.
Well, you kind of started it with the rooms.
Yeah. That was as a warning. What do you make? Speaking of things that seem a little off the beaten path, what did you make? I know we talked to Kayla about it. The news that came out, about I don't know, hour ago, whatever it was. Kyle Shanahan talking to the media today, talking to the beat writers and saying, hey, just so you know, that this whole accident thing, yeah, it was my fault. Dropped my phone, swerved into the other lane. So at least now we kind of have some idea what happened.
I did not expect that. I mean, the whole thing has been a bit bizarre, right? Just how everything started, right? But I think the main piece of this is that he, came clean, and a lot of people are saying, hey, well, some people wouldn't come clean in that way, and good for him. Other people are saying, well, of course, what he did, and of course, being honest is what you're supposed to do, but not everybody does that. I saw somebody reference some things that have happened in the past with other coaches and how not every coach is going to take accountability. Somebody brought up Mike Vrabel and said Mike Vrabel never took accountability in that same way.
Somehow things got out and they were framed in such a way as to suggest, Kyle Shanahan was not at fault. And it's one thing if we didn't know whose fault it was. That's one thing. But then when it's being presented, my guess is that he saw that as like, well, that's not right.
Can we take a brief respite from the actual thing that happened? Because on this show, we'll get into it and honestly in Vegas, I think Jay was with me, had some very in-depth conversations about the reporting. Hey, when somebody reports something, you say, you also report it and say, hey, confirming this report. Remember how that was the top of TO Tuesday, I believe, when that happened. So I have this for you. I don't know if we need to say names or not, but I'm trying to figure out, and this is why I was stumbling a little bit because I was trying to find it for you, trying to figure out if this is fair or foul. So these are two beat writers for the Niners, okay?
I think you should say who they are, but if you don't want to, don't.
Well, let me lay it out first.
Okay.
And you tell me, okay? So the first beat writer says Kyle Shanahan just called the beat writers into his office to tell us that he was at fault for the crash, not the other driver, right?
That sounds like Grant Cohn because I read that too.
The other beat writer says, just spoke with Kyle Shanahan for about 45 minutes in his office.
That sounds like David Lombardi.
At the 49ers facility. Shanahan said that he was at fault, blah, 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 blah. Fair or foul that, am I doing too much? Because when I read this.
No, I noticed that too. I know what you're saying.
After Grant's, David Lombardi is trying to make it seem like him and Kyle Shanahan had a conversation where it seems like Kyle Shanahan, like the Kings have done before, play or coaches or whoever, hey, all the beat writers come in, I'm going to tell you something. Mm-hmm. Is that fair or foul?
It's technically correct, so,
Right?
It is a little, trying to massage what actually happened a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's well done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's well done to make it sound like he told me. He didn't tell you something. He just told the 25 other people in there.
Yeah, like I said, it's not actually incorrect or anything.
Right. I just, put a little smirk on my face. But okay, we can continue with what actually happened. And the number one thing is that, Kyle Shanahan and everybody that was involved moving forward, they're going to be okay. So that's the number one thing. But
we hope so.
Yeah, we hope
really
so.
Don't know.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't. But I guess that's the assumption. But outside of that, it's Kyle Shanahan, I guess, doing the coach thing and being honest and saying, hey, I know there's some conflicting reports. Let's just shut all this down and just be done with it, to be honest with you.
I know yesterday, I think it was Grant Cohn, he actually looked into what had been reported, and he said, here's what is on the actual injury report. And he pointed out that, okay, we were told that the other driver was not injured. This says the other driver was injured. Mm-hmm. And then Chris Sims said yesterday, when he was talking about all of this on Pro Football Talk, he said, Kyle's worried about the other driver. And I thought, well, that sounds like the other driver was injured. And apparently the other driver was injured. Mm-hmm. That could be part of this too. Why didn't this come out? Maybe the other driver's like, I don't want to be known as the person that plowed into Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
But to me, the real story, if there is a story here, from this point on, forget about who knew what and when they reported it. Why didn't they report it? What's going on? It's Kyle Shanahan's health. He sustained a concussion, which is literally a brain injury. And I know that Chris Sims said, he thought he'd be okay and he's lingering for a few days, and that's how concussions can be. If the head coach of an NFL team is dealing with concussion symptoms, obviously we hope he's better, and there's every reason to think he'll be fine, but you just don't know about those things. And it was interesting that yesterday when John Lynch was talking about the first game and he was asked, is Kyle going to be there for the first game? And he said, well, we don't anticipate a problem. So he didn't say, and I know Schefter talked about this today too, he didn't say, oh yeah, he'll be fine. He said, basically said, our plan is for him to be fine. So that's an ongoing thing. And hopefully, I'm not saying, wow, this is terrible, but it's a serious issue when you have a serious concussion, and that's something to keep an eye on.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. They weren't able to say, hey, it wasn't a minor thing.
No.
Right? It wasn't a minor situation. So they can't say, yeah, he's a little dinged up, but he'll be fine.
Right.
Which means that whatever testing very similar to playing football, any testing that he's getting done, clearly he's not been cleared of anything.
Right.
And any testing that he's had done, it doesn't say that it was a small deal.
Right.
You don't know
what
the deal is at this point in time.
Yeah. So that's potentially a story going forward, and I could understand why, people around the 49ers and with the 49ers, they don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that, but it's just something to, keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best here. And as far as the other driver, hopefully the other driver's fine. But that was obviously a serious car accident.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just never really know how bad something is until unless it's just something that is obvious, right? But in other situations, things can linger. How many times, Whitey, a lot of people have gotten into crashes, and there's all this stuff about insurance, and we're not talking about anything like that. But, a couple days later, you think, oh, I'm okay, I feel fine. And then a couple days later, oh, I'm not as okay as I thought I was. It's the same thing as when you're working out sometimes, that first day after you work out, sometimes you're not that sore. Yeah. A lot of times it's that second or even third day. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I did have
There's a guy on Jake Cronenworth of the Padres this year in April. He got hit in the face with a pitch, and he got up and he said he was okay, and he kept playing. And over the next 3 weeks, he was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't buy a hit, and he finally had to say, yeah, I'm kind of not right. So he had to sit out for about 3 weeks to a month, and then he's come back and he's doing better. So those things, yeah, they don't just limit. It's not like a cut where every day it's getting better and better and better. So hopefully it won't be an issue, but it's something to, be aware of that can linger.
Some of the quotes coming from Shanahan's convo. I was driving. I was going 20 miles per hour. I was not on my phone, but I dropped my phone and it was stuck in my seat. I took my eyes off the road looking for my phone, and my car veered into someone. It's one of those roads where there's no forgiveness. It's one of those roads where I'll teach my kids, you don't drive in the left lane for no reason. You're only allowed a foot. When I hit her, I'll never forget how violent the impact was. He goes on to say, I'm just lucky that I survived, that the other driver didn't get hurt, and that I didn't lose my eye. Last thing, Whitey, Kyle Shanahan on why he wanted to take fault publicly for the accident. Quote, it crushed me hearing the other driver getting blamed for it, and to hear people think that people are hiding something for me. I think people are good people and recognize it's a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. What else do you really want at this point?
That will actually help him to heal. The last thing you want to do when you're healing from brain injury, everything, broken ribs, is have something like that weighing on you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly. So yeah, speedy recovery for all parties involved, and yeah, for the other side of it and the football aspect. Luckily, you still have Mike Evans. And you still have, a couple additions that they made. But luckily, there wasn't this crazy change. There's no QB battle or anything like that heading into training camp, because definitely would have affected the Niners even more than it's still going to affect them, but even more so than if they had, some big decisions to make during training camp.
Did you see who asked for a trade yesterday? We didn't talk about it. I think it actually came out during our show or before our show.
Yeah, I did.
Come on, OV!
Vita Vea.
Vita Vea from Milpitas.
Well, no, hold on now. Before everybody
from
gets...
Milpitas.
I know.
Shout out. Let's go!
Shout out Milpitas.
Right now, trade for
That guy is a monster.
But hold on now. Before we get into all this, we see this in the NFL all the time, right?
What's that?
Well, I feel like NFL players have the worst hit rate for requesting trades and then being traded. So we got to see what the Bucs say. We got to see what their thought process is. In the NFC South, you always got a chance. So it's hard for me to believe, money involved, things like that. I get it.
Fair enough, but they got to pay their quarterback too, and they can't figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Well, they got lucky that Baker was underpaid. Baker was the best contract in the league.
Yeah.
Last couple years here.
I don't disagree.
So go pay him. But yeah, we've seen this before, Whitey. So I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but
you're raining on your own parade because he wants to play for a California team or Raiders. That's what he wants to play for.
See, that's Milpitas knows what's up. Come on, no, not you. Come home, V. Come home, V. To LV. V to LV. Double V to LV. Let's go.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He is pretty good. How old is he now? He's been around. It feels like
he's been in the league for 9 years. So.
He's 31. So that's. He's still got something. He's got a lot in there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, V. Double V.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and you later in the show we'll get into the details, but the proposed draft assets or the compensation that it's going to take to get him doesn't seem insane.
No, and that was just somebody at ESPN or somebody. Let's see. Benjamin Solak of ESPN projects a 2nd-round pick and a 5th-round pick might get the job done for Vita Vea. Okay, Tampa Bay may look at that and go, no way. But if that's all it is, you could also maybe trade one of the younger players whose spot would be taken by him if you wanted to keep the draft capital. So you have options. Let's get this done.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Get it done. I don't know.
Don't make him have to go to the Raiders. Bring him home.
Yeah, well, that's the well, yeah, home. Funny enough, being in Milpitas, he's closer to the stadium based on being from Milpitas than he would be if they actually played in San Francisco. That's ridiculous. Come home.
So he is immune to the substation because he grew up in the
That's
area.
right. Yeah, he's
Come on home, D. That may be where he got his powers.
Yep, he's used to it. He's used to it. Yeah, he's got to come home. Last season, 4.5 sacks in 17 games.
Yeah.
16 solos.
Him a tackle with Odigizua, and man. And that's what you have to do when you got teams like the Rams doing all the crazy things they're doing because they want to win a Super Bowl.
Look, there's a reason the Raiders still got Max Crosby to pair him up with Vita Vea. Come on. Now, I mean, if it doesn't happen, because the Raiders, I think if you're Vita Vea, the obvious conversation here is the Raiders aren't there yet, and you're 31. So if you do go to Vegas, you might just like Vegas, Hash House. Jay, you ever been to Hash House a Go-Go?
Of course.
With the waffles, with the bacon inside the waffles. Maybe he likes Hash House a Go-Go. Whitey, maybe he likes Fremont Street like you.
Nobody likes it like I do, but maybe.
But outside of that, it doesn't. The timelines don't make a ton of sense.
Sure, but the reporting, and it wasn't directly from him, but it was that he wants to play for a team in California or the Raiders.
I know that. So, I understand.
Yeah. Maybe
he feels like, hey, the Raiders with me are a couple years away from some playoff runs and things like that. Maybe that's part of it. And he is, for whatever it's worth, Whitey, and this is the difference between guys on one side of the ring road or the other. Not to say that you don't want to win more Super Bowls, but he does have a ring.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a little bit different. Hey, would I rather go to Cleveland, if he thought Cleveland gave a good shout, but Cleveland and try to win another ring as a D tackle, I'm not a quarterback, or do I just want to go somewhere that I know I'll enjoy and have some Hash House a Go-Go and meet Whitey at Fremont Street at Andiamo?
Yeah, that's right. Jay, what we can't have is one of the accountants saying, well, C.J. West and Alfred Collins are actually more cost efficient.
No, we don't want that.
No.
Get him out of there.
Yeah,
you might be hearing that right now.
We need the roster to get younger for cap reasons going forward, and this really would disrupt our plan to do that.
Well, here's
you play to win the game.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Bringing it back to Kyle Shanahan, I don't know how fast this thing is going to move, but there have been a lot of conversations about Kyle Shanahan is really the guy in these spots and not John Lynch. Obviously, Kyle Shanahan, he spoke with the media. He is able, but would the Niners feel as if this isn't the right time to make a decision like that, right? Might miss the window.
I don't know. It's right there for you. It seems pretty cut and dried.
No,
and they have cap space. They have, $71 million?
If they wanted your nerd guys, they could use Kyle Shanahan as an excuse, though.
It's just not the right time.
What's wrong with just saying, hey, Kyle, do you like Vita Vea? Yes. We're going to have to spend on something. I mean, he's already talking to the media.
I got you.
He's probably already telling them. He's probably already pushing for this.
I got you. I'm just saying. You never, if they wanted to use it.
Well, Kyle's not. He's not really where he needs to be right now. So
Dr. York would really rather we not do that. So.
We have great margins. The best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see where he goes.
It's hard to imagine winning a Super Bowl when you're looking up at teams, not just a team, but teams in your own division, right? Let's be honest.
A couple.
Yeah.
A couple.
So.
Yeah. Bleep them picks. That's what you might have to do. But here's the other thing when it comes to,
especially if it's like a fourth and a fifth or whatever it is.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like it's a ridiculous price tag. I would say the Niners, if they decide to make this move, it's not really, I don't know if they're any more all in than they already are, but it would signal, hey, we understand that we have to play with the big boys a little bit. We have to.
Trade him McCorkle. I mean, then I'm going to need a little more back, but you can't figure things out with your quarterback?
Yeah, that's
we
true.
got one.
Yeah, hey, Baker.
Yeah.
We got a guy, so we don't have to cash you out. And then Baker will be on the move somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a good spot to be for teams that are looking for somebody like a Vita Vea, because it's not a crazy price tag at all.
DB Dwayne Baker says the Raiders picks are more valuable than the 49ers, Chargers, or Rams. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Get it done. Get it done. Because you don't want to just sit there. You're the Raiders. At some point, you do have to get, if he's willing to go, then you just go. You just get it done.
Mm-hmm. And Vita Vea's dollar's worth more in Nevada than in California as well. Dwayne, are you a Raider fan?
Let's go, Dwayne.
Baker?
I believe he is.
Okay. That would explain it.
Yeah, I believe he is. Get it done. Get it done.
Milpitas, man. He's from Milpitas.
Yeah, it's great out there. I've never actually been to Milpitas, I don't believe.
I feel like I've been through there, but I don't remember.
I think I had to go there for something, but I couldn't tell you. I know I have a buddy. One of the buddies got a cabin. Got a cabin.
In Milpitas?
No.
Oh,
But,
okay.
but one of my cabin buddies, and not to say I also have one, is my buddies that have cabins. And he was from Milpitas. And he
has interesting theories on cabins.
That cannot be shared.
I don't even remember what it is.
I just want a cabin, man. We're working for a cabin or a lake house or a beach house.
Brett Siegel's going to join us, huh?
That's right, 2:30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clutch Points NBA Insider had an exclusive interview with Darius Acuff, so Brett Siegel will tell us why Kings fans should be excited, why Darius Acuff is a perfect fit for the Kings. That and more coming up on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
California's calling. Sun-soaked coasts, forest trails, and fun-filled city nights. With 21 hybrid and electrified Toyota models, there's a ride made for your life. Score summer deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and the 51 MPG Camry. Or get 0% APR plus finance cash on the all-electric BZ. Go farther and spend less this summer with Toyota's hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric EVs. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/3/26.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Our next guest was going to join us last week to tell us about something he wrote, an exclusive piece on Darius Acuff. But then we had the matter of LeBron James signing with the Sixers, and he was otherwise incapacitated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It dropped,
Yeah.
and then, the piece dropped, and then the LeBron news dropped, I don't know, couple minutes, maybe 30 minutes later.
So we circled back, and he's nice enough to join us. I know he's your guy, Alan.
That's right. Good seeing you out in Vegas. My guy, Brett, national NBA insider and reporter for Clutch Points. My guy, Brett Siegel. Thank you so much for joining us, man, as always.
I appreciate you guys having me. It was great to see you guys out in Vegas as well.
All right, Brett. Now, I'm sure we're back in the air conditioning. It really isn't that much cooler in Sacramento than in Vegas, but it is different. The film, there's no Vegas film that we're dealing with anymore, Brett. So we're glad to be back. It was good seeing you. Let's just start here. Darius Acuff, what impressed you or stuck out to you the most about Acuff in your interview?
I think to me, it's just his mentality and the way that this young man carries himself, where we're talking about a 19-year-old that pretty much acts like a seasoned veteran in this league. And I kind of compared him to Kawhi Leonard in a way where he just kind of goes out there, handles his business, and he's not about the bright lights after the game and hyping himself up in post-game comments and wearing designer clothing and all that. Like, that's not who Darius Acuff is. He's a guy that's there and understands his role is to play basketball and his role is to win. And those are the two things that we're going to see a lot from him during his rookie season in Sacramento, and he's excited for it. I mean, it's really hard to get a sense of what his emotions are, but talking with him for about 10 to 15 minutes, you really understand kind of what his mentality is of he's a winner at heart, and he's a guy that's willing to sacrifice not only his personal stats, but anything that it takes to make sure that he wins. And I'm sure that Kings fans are excited to hear that. And for a team where expectations can't necessarily be the highest, I think that's certainly a bright spot looking into the 26-27 season to know that at such a young age, this guy's ready to change the culture.
Yeah, the piece is exclusive. Darius Acuff Jr. prepared to write his own greatness as new face of Kings rebuild at Clutch Points by our guest, Brett Siegel. Brett, is Darius Acuff, in your view, a good fit for Sacramento off the court?
I do think he is. And I think that Sacramento as a city is the perfect place for him because, like I said, he's not the type of guy that he wants the bright lights and all the attention and the nightclubs and all that. He just wants to build something special. And so, and I think another name that kind of just comes to head is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, where he wanted to go somewhere where he could build something on his own, and a guy that isn't about the pomp and circumstance of the league. Sure, he has all that now with the MVP awards and the championship that he's won, but early on, he's a guy that just wanted to make a name for himself. And it's the same thing here with Darius Acuff, and he wants to do so for a team that hasn't been known for having a lot of success through the years. And when Shai joined the Thunder, that's a team that obviously had the history of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and James Harden making the NBA Finals there, coming up just short of a championship. But for the vast majority of their time in Oklahoma City, they weren't really known for being winners there. He really changed the culture and turned them into what they are now. Darius Acuff envisions doing something similar with the Kings, and it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort, not just from him, but the other young players on this roster, and for Scott Perry and this front office to continue building things the right way. But you have to be optimistic from not only what you've seen in Summer League from the potential that he's shown, but also just the behind-the-scenes stuff of the way that he carries himself and the way that he talks about him and his teammates.
Yeah, Brett, you mentioned that it's going to take time. Well, some Kings fans, they didn't want to hear that, and they didn't want to have to watch it, obviously, with some of the other top draft picks doing their thing. Darius Acuff Jr. didn't have the greatest summer league. When you spoke with him, what were his thoughts? I'm pretty sure by the time you spoke with him, he had just gotten shut down. He had the 26 points, but they got blown out in that game, if I'm not mistaken, with the timing. But what was his thoughts on summer league and how he played?
The biggest thing that he kept saying kind of briefly was that he could be better. And he acknowledged the fact that, yeah, he's scoring all those points, yeah, he's made assists, but there's certain areas of his game he can improve, whether it's continuously improving defensively. That's been a mindset of his that he's talked about ever since he was drafted by the Kings, saying how he wants to prove everybody wrong, that he can be a good plus defender. Another thing was his shot selection. Another thing was making some of his teammates better and finding them earlier on fast break opportunities or finding them earlier in the shot clock when that opportunity presents itself. So it's just really, he's in his own head in a good way. I don't want it to sound like that he's in over himself and that he's trying to achieve expectations that are unobtainable. That's not the case whatsoever. It's more so of him always looking back on things that he could have done better. And one of the things that we talked about in the interview is the fact that he doesn't watch other players on film. He doesn't look at the comparisons of Jalen Brunson and Allen Iverson. He's only watching himself. And I think that speaks volumes to how he carries himself day to day and just kind of the different things that he's working on. He wants to not only be better at the things he's really good at, but also find ways to improve on the areas of his game that do need improvements. And that's why he's always in the film room studying himself. It's why he's always on the court working on that very things that he looked at in the film. So I think that Darius Acuff, in terms of the expectations for the Kings this year, league-wide, they're not high, but I think that they are going to exceed expectations a little bit. I like what Scott Perry has done with this young core. I think that Darius Acuff, Nick Clifford, Alex Karaban, some of these other guys, even Maxime Reynal and Dylan Cardwell, they all carry themselves a certain way. And we're starting to see what the vision is here for Scott Perry and the Kings, where they don't want those guys that just want the spotlight and they want the fame. They want guys that are going to work hard and really set a winning culture in Sacramento. We're starting to see that. We saw that a little bit during the second half of last season, maybe not the winning ways, but just the way that these guys carry themselves. And so I do think that there is a path for the Kings to be successful this year. Obviously, when you talk about the play-in and playoffs, maybe that's a little bit too high of expectations, but I do think that they're going to be a little bit better than everybody is kind of giving them credit for right now.
Brett Siegel with us from Clutch Points. And Brett, I know you just talked about this, but we've seen Darius Acuff. He's probably been compared, going back to when the months before the draft, he's probably been compared to other players more than any other player who was picked in the top 7, maybe because he's a smaller guard. And as I say, I know you just touched on this, but what does he make of all the comparisons? He's Jalen Brunson, he's AI, he's Dame Lillard. How does he handle that?
I think it's a little bit of that in terms of being smaller size of why all those comparisons are being made. And also I think it's because the spotlight was put on him in Arkansas, where he was lighting things up. I think he was 3rd in the country in scoring as a freshman. He set SEC records, won all the SEC awards that he could have. And so with that comes these, I guess, naysayers and these doubters saying, oh, well, he's smaller. Oh, well, can he be this guy? Again, you don't hear that about some of the other names. And for Darius Acuff, I think that he's the perfect example of just embracing the moment, because he doesn't care about all that noise. He doesn't care about what all the people on TV are saying or what all the podcasters are saying about him, because he knows what he's capable of, and he goes out and shows that on the court. He did it at Arkansas. He did it in Summer League, maybe not at the highest level and the most efficient way that he would have hoped for, but he was one of the better rookie performers in Summer League. And now just hearing the way that he talks and he carries himself, where he's only betting on himself and not listening to anybody else, I think that really speaks volumes to the job that he's going to be able to do during his rookie year and potentially even be in the mix for Rookie of the Year. So I think that expectations for him internally are exceptionally high, and quite honestly, he just really doesn't care what everybody else has to say. He knows what he's capable of, and he knows what the mission and what the goal is in Sacramento.
we're not going to be absurdly optimistic here, Brett, but let's say realistically optimistic, right? And you mentioned that this team could be better. I know Vegas has them at 21.5, and they're ready to riot out here in the 916, Brett, at that number. And I think I might agree with them. But with that being said, Levine has said he likes Acuff's game. Acuff said he's excited to play with Domantas Sabonis. If this thing looked realistically better than what was expected, let's say they're messing around for the 10 seed or something like that, is there a world where you see Scott Perry and the powers that be maybe pivoting from the idea of, hey, Levine's off the books and we got to move Domantas Sabonis, and they say, hey, maybe we bring Levine back on a smaller AAV, annual salary, based on how he's looked and the other options that he has. And obviously Sabonis still has time on his contract, but if nobody's going to give us true value, we're just going to let the whole thing play out. Is there any world where that happens, or would they just have to be too good, unrealistically optimistic or unrealistically good for that to happen?
I don't think that the Kings will view themselves as buyers in that situation, like around the time of the trade deadline. If they're exceeding expectations and, like you said, they're around the 9 or 10 seed or hovering around there, this isn't a team that's going to go out and leverage the future and trade picks to try to get better, but it will change their mindset in terms of being sellers, like you said, where Zach LaVine, he's in the final year of his contract. I know that we've talked about on this show before, where they look at him kind of as a guy that they have leverage in these talks right now, and they can go into the season and inch towards the trade deadline saying to teams, hey, we know that you need a scorer. This guy's on an expiring contract. Well, what will you give us for him? And that's kind of been the mindset all summer. Same thing with Domantas Sabonis, of teams getting desperate and needing a star. What would they offer? But if the Kings are playing well and that duo between Levine and Acuff is looking really good, and this team as a whole is really gelling, then yeah, it's going to change their mindset tenfold about what's going to happen at the trade deadline, and will they keep some of these stars around? Maybe Zach LaVine in the final year of his contract next offseason, if he plays well with the Kings this year, he's healthy, and he plays well next to Acuff, all of a sudden maybe you look to give him a 2 or 3 year deal to stay on a more team-friendly deal, something maybe like what C.J. McCollum did with the Atlanta Hawks this past offseason, where he still got a good amount of money, but it's not this mega max type deal that's going to really hinder you for the future. So there's certainly a path forward for those veterans to stay. I wouldn't rule anything out, but we have to take things one step at a time here with the Kings, because they're not a team like some of these others in the East, whether it's the Philadelphia 76ers or the Miami Heat, entering the season with these high, lofty expectations. They're a team that's going to give minutes to their young guys. They're going to continue to develop behind the scenes, and they're just going to see how things go week to week. And from there, that's where the decisions will be made.
Exclusive, Darius Acuff Jr. prepared to write his own greatness as new face of Kings rebuild. Check it out at Clutch Points by our friend Brett Siegel. Brett, thanks as always for your time. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it, fellas. Have a good one.
Thanks, Brett.
You too. When we come back. Yeah, the Kings have open roster spots. What can they do with those? What should they do with those? We're back with that and more next. Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam! The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday night tickets available.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, before we get to the Kings and the current roster situation, have you seen what Brandon Ayuk posted on IG about Kyle Shanahan? I assume it's about Kyle Shanahan. You've seen it.
Yeah, it's going around.
Have you seen this, Jay? All right. Brandon Ayuk's latest IG stories. You can't win the race if you crash out and keep your head up and stay in your own lane. You're going to win. So that appears to be some very inappropriate and classless shots at Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. And now
it appears to be.
Yes, I was going to say, I mean, the timing is not great based on, this stuff coming out and then him saying it. Clearly, Brandon Ayuk has stopped caring about really anything.
He appears to have lost touch with reality.
It's what it seems like.
Yeah.
It's what it seems like. And, I mean, we should have known this just from the idea that he thought the Commanders were just going to be cool with all of this. And, who even knows what type of conversations were even had to begin with, right? You just think that they're going to just sit there and wait for you. For whatever date that you're waiting to pass, and you're just going to be able to do whatever you want. I mean, even when he was trying to clown the Niners for paying him that money when he lost, however, more money on the table just hasn't made sense for a while.
It's kind of sad. It's getting, we've already been in that area.
Yeah.
Just increasingly sad.
And let's not forget, before this thing went completely haywire and completely south, let us not forget Kyle Shanahan running up the stairs. Don't trade him to Pittsburgh. Don't trade him to Pittsburgh. At one point, they were close. At least this is just my opinion, because I think Kyle is a bit of a player's coach and wants to develop those relationships. And Ayuk was in the doghouse, and then he got out of the doghouse, and Kyle wanted them to pay him, and
now he's burning down the doghouse.
There is no house. He's got a new house, the one in Virginia.
That's right.
And he's just going to be a season ticket holder to cheer on Jalen.
Okay, back to the Kings here. The Kings now released my guy Isaiah Stevenson yesterday.
Yeah.
So they have one two-way spot now because they have Mobo and Flagler on two-way spots, and they have roster spots 14 and 15. They don't need to fill them. They have the rotation isn't set, obviously, but the guys who probably will be in the rotation appear to be set. They have their pieces. Of course, they could always add. It doesn't appear like they're in a hurry to. Doesn't appear that they will necessarily. Obviously, they're keeping an eye out for whoever becomes available. But wouldn't you like to see Mobo get one of the regular roster spots, and then your guy Sutton get one of the two-ways? And there's still one two-way spot available. You could actually give Sutton the third two-way. And I'm sure a lot of this, too, is you want, with some uncertainty over these roster spots, you want to see how players respond to that in camp. And right, who wants it? Who's going to play better? Who's going to rise to the occasion? But wouldn't you like to see Mobo get one of those spots?
I definitely would. I definitely would. And the roster construction, I get it. You know, we're talking two ways here. But Whitey, think about that bench, right? And Maxime Reynaud is also going to come off the bench. You'd have Maxime Reynaud, Dylan Cardwell, Mobo, Sutton, Precious Achiuwa. Like, this would be the biggest Kings team we've seen in a very, very, very long time. Now, all of them are slightly different in how they do certain things and what they kind of lean towards one way or the other. But just from a size perspective, you have not seen a Kings team this big in a very, very long time. So I'd be really excited for that. Let these guys develop a little bit. And here's the thing. I mean, it's set at 21 and a half. If they're in relegation, they're in relegation. You know, there is a line of, okay, how much can we do? You know, how much can we do? Are we really supposed to just move or not move Domantas Sabonis because of relegation and have to pay the money? Just how do you want to get burned? Do you want to get burned by the paycheck, or do you want to get burned by losing games and being in the relegation? I don't know. It depends on who you ask. But adding in somebody like a Mobo and a Sutton to this group, I mean, it's just such a large unit, and I think it would be a good juxtaposition to keeping on a Daquan Plowden, guys like that, where, you know, some of us may have thought, okay, you know, he's not a big wing. He is older, right? Relatively speaking. Does that make a ton of sense? But if they're able to hold on to these guys that at least bring you some beef, I mean, I'm into it.
Do you know what Rapture of the Deep is? You ever heard of that? It's something scuba divers get.
No.
I think it's nitrogen narcosis. It's if you're way, and I've been, you know, snorkeling. I've never been a scuba diver, but it's when you're so down low underwater, and if you come up too fast, there's lots of things that can happen. You can get like delusional because I think it's called nitrogen narcosis. You start to get a little squirrely,
right?
Because you've been so deep. I'm worried about that as a Kings fan because last year so deep last year. You know, you come up a little carelessly, and all of a sudden you're starting to imagine things like, they're great, everything's great. So I'm trying to avoid that and stay realistic here as we look ahead to, they got Darius Acuff now, they got some draft picks. I'm trying to avoid, you know, nitrogen narcosis. That said, I agree with what Brett Siegel said about how it looks like they have players who play a certain way now. It looks like they are establishing a way to play. Meaningless if it doesn't work and if you don't win, but I do think they're making progress in that area, and I think Jonathan Mobo is a perfect fit for that.
Yeah, he definitely fits the bill of those types of guys because he is another kind of Precious-esque type of player.
He's an effort and energy guy.
Yes, exactly. And you can never have too many of those. I think, Whitey, not to flip it because this is a positive, you know, look at things, but it does feel like that shooting question. Now, these are guys that aren't going to play a ton of minutes, don't get me wrong, but the shooting question is still going to be a question. Like the guys that you're talking about, Precious Achiuwa, who shot it decently last season, Precious Achiuwa, Sutton, who hit some threes but is not necessarily known for that, Mobo as well. you're finding the different types of player, and that's why Caravan's going to be so important because, hey, and Keegan as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
If you're on Zach LaVine, Caravan, like I think what Scott Perry is building is a team with distinct roles. And some teams have that, some teams don't. It depends on how you want to do things. But you have guys that are there to shoot. You have guys that are there to defend and be, kind of brute force as well. And those lineups that Doug is going to have, they should be pretty balanced. Everybody has to do their job, but they should be pretty balanced.
I honestly think that if Caravan and Keegan both have really good shooting years the whole year, obviously nobody's perfect every game, nobody's great every game, but I think that could be worth anywhere from 2 to 5 games for you. And I don't have the breakdown analytically, but if both those guys are really good three-point shooters, and we know Keegan can be, I mean, that's going to make a huge difference.
Yep. And you still have Levine for now. Even though some people maybe are upset about that, you still have Levine, and you bring in Darius Acuff, who himself 44% from 3. So you have your shooters. You have your, guys that are going to rough some people up and get down and dirty down low. And then you have kind of the hybrid guys where, Maxime Reynaud can shoot it as well. So you definitely have guys that are there to fit certain roles, but everybody has to exceed or succeed at those roles.
You know that Domas, assuming he's healthy, he's going to rebound. You know that defensively, they're not going to be great. They might be passable at times. You know they're not going to be great. I think, and this is true of a lot of players and a lot of teams in the NBA, the shooting is going to determine a lot. The shooting is going to go a long ways towards the end.
Yes, he was more of a 3-and-D guy as well, but it does feel like we'll know a good bit about this team pretty early on just based on the amount of vets they have.
Now, Chris Biederman's going to join us from the B. We'll talk a little Kings with him, some 49ers, and yesterday's golf. Is that what we're talking? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to miss this.
He was a team captain yesterday, right?
We're going to talk to Chris.
Okay.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Biederman. Joins us next on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby!
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club in Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got 'em. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are cheap, cheap.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi. I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling. So please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's the Tribe Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Well, our next guest is a senior reporter for the Sacramento Bee. He also almost single-handedly carries the Candlestick Chronicles podcast. I mean, the burden he carries when he does that podcast, it's immense. And I know yesterday, speaking of burdens,
yeah,
he was the captain of your golf team.
He was.
Man.
He was. It was kind of just came to be. I don't know if that was the initial plan going in, but it's a bit organic.
Well, you bring him on. He's your captain.
Chris Biederman, Sacramento Bee. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm outstanding. I'm a little bit sore from all the swings we took yesterday, but I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, well, we're great.
We're doing well.
Yeah, we just wanted to have you on, just chit-chat a little bit about some things. We'll get to the Niners talk, a little bit of Kings,
I understand you're an outstanding golfer, but seemed like, I don't know, from what Alan told us yesterday, Chris, of course, we're talking about the events that took place yesterday at the Bobby Jackson charity tournament. It sounded like you had a lot of division and dysfunction on your team.
Yeah, I learned that being in a scramble with Alan is a lot like having a receiver on your team who wants the ball on every snap, but the problem with that receiver is he can't catch. So there was one instance where, we didn't play a ball that Alan wanted to play, and then he went from happy, having a good time, Alan, to down in the dumps, Alan, and really trying to kill the vibe on the course.
Was that the ball that was near a tree? Because I think we may have heard about that one.
Yeah, 70 yards out. 70 yards, Chris.
So it went from, I guess Alan's saying it's 70 yards. It was more like 110. But it was also, Alan left the ball there for us to look at after we played another ball from the middle of the fairway.
That's bad.
And I went and I couldn't find it because the lie was so bad and it was so deep in the grass, and it was about 20 yards behind, I don't know, a 25-foot tree. So it was a little bit longer. It was a long iron from the middle of the fairway, and it wasn't an easy shot by any means. I'm not going to say that. But having watched our team's short game through the holes leading into that, I didn't have a ton of confidence that we were going to hit the green from a rough lie behind a tree. But Alan completely spiraled after that decision was made. And I was not the only one advocating for playing the ball in the middle of the fairway. There were other team members who were in lockstep with the decision making. And Alan, Alan it took some time for Alan to recover emotionally, but I think he did. I think he got there within the next few holes, and we got rolling again.
No. First of all, that was the first bogey. We were one under, and we ended up bogeying that hole. And I said, guys, we had that shot in the bag. Chris, I wasn't the only one that had some questions about which shots that we were choosing, but that one started it out. That one started it out. And I had to pull the team back together the best way I knew how. And we tried to power through. Power through. Okay.
Right.
You know,
maybe you've caught too many passes over the middle of the field and got hit by too many linebackers and safeties to remember the accurate account of what happened. But
I left some putts out there that normally, Matt, I asked him to hand me I have 2 putters. I have my heavy putter.
How many clubs are in your bag, Alan?
I have it's a Texas wedge putter.
Because there's rules about that,
No.
Okay,
there's no rules.
Chris,
are there rules about?
There are rules, Alan.
I didn't take. Look, at least tell them this, Chris. I didn't take one breakfast ball. I did it.
It was a scramble, so you didn't need to. But yeah, you deserve a ton of credit for that. Really happy for you that there was no breakfast ball required in our scramble.
Thanks. We used, I don't know if this was a percentage, and last thing, we'll get to some sports stuff, but when you look at the percentages, Chris, I probably came in second for percentages of shots that we used, yeah?
Off the tee or just in general?
No, in general, because on that par 3, and I'm over it, but on the par 3, you went with Chris Watkins, my boy C. Watt, right? My shot was closer from the par 3. So the percentages were a bit off. It's not a big deal, but I do think I probably came in second there.
So you might have been closer, but you were both off the green, and Chris had most of the green to work with and a much easier chip up the hill, where you had no green to work with, and it would have been very hard to stop the ball close to the pin.
Was he above the hole?
Par putt.
Was Alan above the hole?
He was like pin high, but the pin was like back left.
Come on, Alan.
And there just wasn't really any green to work with, and it wouldn't have been a good opportunity for Alan's Texas wedge that he loves so much.
So we left a couple shots out there, some questionable decisions, but you know what, Chris? You're still my guy. You're always going to be my guy.
You see, I would argue like the decision-making is much less of an issue than the overall talent that we displayed yesterday as a team. And if we made the shots that we were supposed to make, I think we would have fared far better had we been making different decisions on what shots to play.
I couldn't agree more. More, and I'm going to take that responsibility and get into the lab. And it's a tough track. But I'm not somebody that shies away from accountability, and I'm never going to be that.
Beautiful.
What was that, Chris? I didn't hear you there. I think you cut out.
Chris. Sorry, I'm laughing.
I have a question for you, Chris, and I don't mean to put you on the spot. At some point here, probably by October, maybe September, we are going to have a golf showdown between Alan and Matt George, mano y mano. Do you have any idea how that might go based on what you saw yesterday? And I know this is a very sensitive topic, but I also know you're a gifted, speaker, and you probably will find a graceful way around this.
I would probably call it the golf equivalent of a rock fight. I would say, in terms of like maybe akin to some of those lower scoring summer league games where there's a lot of effort, a lot of intensity, but just not a lot of talent on the floor. And some people might be really locked into it and find it really interesting, but I would say the mass sporting audience will not tune into that.
I think the numbers are going to be great, Chris. And you're going to be my caddy, so it's going to be even better. Okay, all right. Thank you, Chris.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you for
Hey, if I'm your caddy, I'm not carrying the 27 clubs in your bag. We're getting rid of half of those things.
Right. 8 putters.
And it's only 2. It's heavy and light. All right. Anyway, Chris, no, I guess, easy transition here. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but then more information came out today. Kyle Shanahan and the car crash and everything that kind of went down. Where were you when you found out that Kyle had taken accountability? What was that, little less than an hour ago, something like that, about an hour ago? And what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I wasn't in Santa Clara today. It sounded like the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan arranged a meeting in his office with the local beat reporters to allow Kyle Shanahan to talk for the first time since the accident. So I was working from home today, wasn't there, but it sounds like there's been a lot made of the reporting and the timing of it and everything like that. If I'm just reading between the lines and knowing the industry and the people involved the way I do, I would say a few different things happened regarding the delay in the reporting. And the Niners announced it 11 days after the accident happened, and there was an ESPN story that went up with a bunch of details a couple minutes after the 49ers made their announcement. So clearly that ESPN story had been reported and pre-written. And I would say that, first of all, when it's July 14th, most of the beat reporters are on vacation. So they're not going to be checking police logs in Palo Alto. And even if they were, because there wasn't a crime reported by the authorities, Kyle Shanahan's name wasn't in any of those records, right? Mm-hmm. So if you were looking for an accident, you would just see that an accident happened in Palo Alto, not knowing that Kyle Shanahan was in an accident. That being said, Kyle Shanahan does have relationships with the beat reporters, and I think I can say that Kyle Shanahan has conversations with beat reporters, and they have access to him outside of press conference settings and all this stuff that we see. And I think it was pretty clear, and this is, again, me just reading between the lines, that Kyle Shanahan and his family and people around him asked people not to report it because it was, there was no crime involved, so there isn't an urgency to get the report out there. But I think it was a sensitivity thing from the standpoint of Kyle Shanahan is dealing with severe injuries and concussions or a concussion and stitches and broken bones and all of those things. And so, you can't, if you're a reporter and you go to confirm something with the source and the source says, yeah, that's what happened, but this is off the record and you can't report it. And then everybody else who was around Kyle Shanahan's family has been told the same thing, say, hey, don't, if any media talk to you, this is off the record, don't let them report it. Then the media is kind of stuck in terms of what they can do. And I think there certainly were some reporters that knew what happened. Obviously, ESPN knew what happened because they had the story posted when they did. But I think it's a really tough spot if you're a journalist who knows something happened, but every single source that you've spoken with says this is off the record and you can't report it. There's really nothing you can do aside from just wait for the team to make its announcement. So I know it's not what fans are going to want to hear. I will say that it would be completely different if it were a DUI situation or if it were a hit and run or a crime was committed. That public record would have Kyle Shanahan's name attached to it. And I think that would have been reported as soon as it happened. And again, it's not just the 49ers beat reporters who didn't report it. The entire Bay Area media didn't report it. You have TV stations, you have radio stations, it flew under the radar for just about every media outlet in the Bay Area. So I know you didn't ask necessarily about the media coverage, but I think the fans' biggest question, the question that I've seen the most is why didn't this come out immediately? And I think there are a few different reasons to that. And I think it's a really interesting case study from like a journalism perspective. But it's something that, is kind of touch and go when, you don't have any sources telling you like, hey, yeah, you can run with this, because obviously if you're a reporter and you're talking to sources, the credible thing to do for your sources is when they ask you not to report something is not to report it. And so I think that's generally what happens.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, because I was definitely going to ask you about that. And I think, Mike Florio, who's obviously very good at what he does, very successful building that whole site, Pro Football Talk. But I think the realities that you just described, he seemed to just ignore them and going after Tim Kawakami and suggesting something was amiss in the fact that it wasn't reported earlier. And I feel like I understand what he's saying. And as you said, it's a really interesting issue journalistically, but I think Mike Florio really missed the boat on that.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think Tim kind of opened himself up too by letting people know that he knew something was wrong. Like by tweeting that out, he kind of opened the door to that criticism. But on the other hand, like, so many people complain about journalists being the urge to be first without being accurate. Right. Yeah. And in this case, and in Tim's case in particular, he wasn't going to report that Kyle Shanahan had been in an accident without having the details and having the sources that he can, report it credibly. And so it was what people typically want, right? It's don't be fast or don't be first and inaccurate. It's, be accurate and maybe sacrifice being first. And I think that's what certainly a number of the reporters did who knew about the crash, but maybe didn't get all the details. And, I think anybody who, has had any medical issues or family members dealing with medical issues, like all that stuff is super sensitive, and it was going to come out at some point. So I understand fans maybe being upset that it didn't come out immediately, but it was always going to come out. The news was always going to come out. And so whether it happened the day of or 11 days after the fact, to me, and this is not going to be a popular opinion, but to me, the timing of the reporting, given that there was no crime involved, doesn't really matter. Right. And if Kyle Shanahan and everyone around him was saying, don't report this, like I'm on heavy medication, I'm having mood swings from the concussion, all those things, like it sounded like he told reporters today, I think it's fair for a source to say, yeah, don't report this. And so I think the reporters, and Kawakami in particular, since he's the one you mentioned, said, I'm not going to report this without knowing everything that happened. And so I think ultimately, like my antenna went up when the press conference announcement came out on Friday, and it didn't have Kyle Shanahan's name in it, because typically it does. I knew something was weird. And then to find out, Saturday morning when the news came out, it all kind of made sense and pieced together for me.
Chris, I know it's the off season and we're getting ready for the NFL, but did you have any thoughts on the Kings and what you saw or from Summer League or ACUF or any moves that could be made? I know we talked a little bit about it yesterday on the golf course, but yeah, any epiphanies with the Kings, or is it same old with a couple new faces?
No, I didn't have any real strong epiphanies or takes coming out of Summer League. I think I would just say my expectation is it's probably not going to be a great year in terms of wins and losses for the Kings. And I think it all comes down to Darius Acup's development. How quickly will he develop, and the level of buy-in that you get from Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis, because all signs are pointing to them not being long with the team, and are they going to buy in on both ends of the floor and play hard? And if not, you look at the rest of the roster, it really feels like the Kings have like maybe 8 real NBA players, depending on how you feel about, the other rookies coming into. So it's not a very deep team. It's a team that is going to rely heavily on the development of Darius Acuff. And we know for rookie point guards, it can be a tough league. And so my expectations are ultimately not super high. I'm curious as to, what it looks like. Like, is everybody bought in? Is everybody buying into what Doug Christie is selling? Is Doug Christie gonna create better offense than I think they did last year from an X's and O's perspective? Are they going to compete on the defensive end, even if, their record isn't very good? Those are kind of the things I'm looking at, because to me, it still feels like the Kings are in the very earliest stages of a rebuild, and they're probably 2 to 3 years away from being competitive. So, are they, can they jump ahead of schedule and some of these guys develop in ways that we don't really anticipate? Or is it going to be, one of these long-term rebuilding projects that you see throughout the league, but that can definitely take some time?
Yeah, Chris Biederman, senior writer with the Bee, nice enough to join us. We'll let you go on this one, Chris, but this is probably not a pleasant question for you. Covering the Kings last year through that difficult year, being Allen's team captain yesterday? Which was more challenging? Which, when all is said and done, do you think will have taken more out of you as a human being?
But with any team where you have, dysfunction behind the scenes and players not buying into what the coach is selling and, kind of saying me before, before the betterment of the team, I think that's what I experienced in earnest with Allen yesterday on the golf course. And I worry that Allen would be kind of a guy who's willing to put up a ton of stats on a bad team. Like everything's fine if Allen's getting his 20 and 10, but they're 12 and 70, right? So I worry about that and I just hope Allen would get to a place where it's more about the team and less about his individual numbers. And so, I think you guys can make some sort of tie into the Sacramento Kings there, particularly with the last couple of years. But now I feel like I have a better understanding of what those difficulties are like to deal with. And so it's gonna help, give me a little bit more perspective covering sports moving forward.
You have anything to add to that, Alan?
Thank you, Chris Biederman. Appreciate you taking the
That's it.
It was a pleasure. We'll do it again. No, but we're doing it normally. Look, breakfast balls, winter rules, every man for himself. We're doing it again, Chris.
I want a piece of that too. I want in on that.
All right, Whitey's in on it too.
Thank you, Chris.
We'll do some stroke play or some match play, something like that.
There you go.
We appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Wow. All right. You're a handful, huh?
I just wanted the best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, in a lot of those moments, the best.
Yeah.
For the
Hard
team.
for me to say not being there. And I know those things can be a challenge because the pace is so slow. But the one thing that stands out to me is that you guys had a little bit of a disagreement on which ball to hit. Do you take the one in the middle of the fairway or the one by the tree? You guys come to some kind of agreement, hit the shots, and then after that, you still go back to it and say, yeah, we should have.
No, I left it so that they would see.
Oh, okay. That's the one that
I hit it. No. I hit it from the other spot.
Yeah.
Then I had to use a different ball. And
I know,
it just,
but then you pick it up and you move on. But
we had to drive by anyway. I said, hey, guys, pull over. We got nowhere to be.
Uh-huh.
Pull over, and let's see, if you made the right decision. And Biederman said, yeah, we made the right decision, to which I still disagreed. I almost shot it myself.
I'm surprised you didn't. Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't count, guys. I just want to see something. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Really interesting insight from someone who is literally a journalist on the whole Shanahan thing as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, from his perspective, everything changes. I guess what I took from it is everything changes where it was, for very much lack of a better term, no harm, no foul. Once it was, hey, well, it was Shanahan's fault, but he's actually the more injured one. And maybe that isn't how life should be, but it is just kind of how it can be at times. Then it changed from, hey, well, we need to get in, someone needs to get in front of this, or somebody needs to say whatever it is, to, well, nothing is going to happen.
Right.
Right. I mean, Shanahan's going to have to cash out.
And I think another part of it too, and maybe this is a little transactional, but you have to manage your sources too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're, as a journalist, like, I have to report this. Well, we don't really want you to. Well, I got to report what I know, and then you report that, then you kind of lose the source.
Yeah.
And then what are you really gaining, especially if you don't have all the facts?
Right. When there's something bigger, that is more in your lane or whatever.
And it was going to come out anyway, like Chris said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Kyle Shanahan gets the tip of the cap, right, for being the one to come out today and say, look, here's what really happened.
I think so. I think it's the cleanest way to face it and just move
Allen
forward.
Is Levine. Wow.
I just saw that.
Huh.
I just
interesting thoughts here. Is Zach a good golfer?
I mean,
Maybe they mean Zach's a good
if
golfer.
I got paid like Levine, I'll be Levine.
I think Zach is a good golfer.
He is a really good golfer.
Logical Raptors fanatic.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, LRF. Yeah, I mean, Levine's a good golfer. There are a lot of good golfers out there, and maybe I'll get out there with Levine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's next.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what's next. Bobby Jackson, the whole crew.
Mm-hmm.
We got a whole list, Whitey.
Any thoughts here in the few remaining moments before we take a brief timeout on Vita Vea? Vita Vea, Tampa Bay, couldn't agree on his next contract, so he demands a trade. It's reported he wants to go to the West Coast or the Raiders. Oh, it'd be a good fit for the 49ers.
Before you start.
They have Alfred Collins, they have C.J. West, they have a young guy.
Before you start, sign them up for the red and gold. We got to hear what the Buccaneers, what their thoughts are. Hey, we plan on working through this, or we don't plan on working through this and we're listening before we even get anywhere, because once he heads to Vegas, staying at Excalibur or wherever it is, then we can have that conversation.
As we mentioned, and this was from Parker Hurley, SI.com, writing that Benjamin Solak, ESPN projects a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick might get the job done for Vita Vea. San Francisco has one of the best cap situations in the NFL, which puts them in a unique spot where they can take on the money of Vea and extend him. They are one of the best fits for the Super Bowl winning veteran.
Of course. They're always the best.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit our philosophy of rebuilding the roster.
They're always the best.
Cheaper and younger. And
yeah.
Well, and we'll see if we put it in the TI-84 calculator.
They're always the best for everyone. Aaron Donald, why don't you go to the Niners? Don't go back to the Rams. Why would you do that?
I admit, I think part of the reason if I'm the 49ers, I'm really looking into this and leaning towards doing it is because of what the Rams did. You can say, well, you don't want to overreact. You don't want to let another team's actions dictate what you do. But in this case, maybe you should.
Yeah, you have. I just don't think the Niners have enough. I think they're going to be good because I always think that they're going to be solid in the regular season. But yeah, them boys in the NFC West are not playing around, man. Not playing around at all.
Yeah.
We'll see.
As good as they were last year. Third place in your division.
Right. It's a great division.
Yeah, I know.
One of the best in football.
The best. By far. Easily the best.
One of. It's up there for
What
sure.
else would even be up there? What would you consider?
I'd have to crunch some numbers.
Oh, that's right. You still think the AFC West may be the best division in football.
I didn't say a name.
Do you think the AFC West is one of the best divisions in football?
I think it's top 5. It's top 5. Broncos, Chargers. You got 3 playoff teams. And the Raiders, who are about to be a playoff team.
Kansas City was not a playoff team.
Yeah, but they are. It was injury.
Isn't a playoff team a team that went to the playoffs?
Spiritually, they are playoff teams.
No, I gotcha.
Second, top 5, just like the NFC West.
When we come back, NBA all-time by team best signings, who the Kings pick is, and what it says about where the Kings are and how they're going to get where they want to get to. That's all coming up with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
There she goes, our baby.
Are we ready for this? You added her to your AAA auto policy. With 24/7 claim support, she's covered. Our AAA agent, you're here too? We're always here for you. Visit AAA.com/insurance to get a quote today.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments. Stand Up to Cancer wants to provide you with every opportunity to join in this mission. By donating your home, land, or commercial property, you can help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy, and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Folsom Chevy's making it very easy to get into a new truck. 0% financing for 5 years. No payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock sold in July. Get details at folsomchevy.com or swing by the Folsom Auto Mall.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
We will get to the Kings, as I mentioned, but there is a lot of information coming out this afternoon on Kyle Shanahan from some outstanding writers, including Matt Barrows. And again, thanks to Chris Biederman for joining us. So this is from The Athletic, and this was this afternoon. Kyle Shanahan was talking about what happened, and he said he dropped his phone on the floor of his car. As he was coming up with the phone, the vehicles collided, and Kyle Shanahan says the airbag broke his nose, and the visor, like the sun visor, with a metal garage door opener clipped to it, sliced him above his right eye, and that opened that gash that required more than 40 stitches. He also had 3 broken ribs, concussion, and he's still experiencing symptoms from the concussion. And he apparently felt that he needed to explain what happened because he said, I hit her, an emotional Shanahan said. I don't know why it was reported the other way. Palo Alto Police Department attributed the discrepancy in the accident report to a, quote, clerical error. But this is the thing that he's dealing with right now. He said Kyle Shanahan never lost consciousness, and he remembers the details of the accident. And he said his plastic surgeon is tremendous. But he said the concussion, or Matt Barrow says, the concussion has been more difficult to overcome. Shanahan said he has been making progress, but that the improvement is not linear. He was able to watch all the 49ers practice film Monday with only a minimal headache. First time he's done so since the accident. Tuesday, however, the headache was back in force, in part because he was distressed about how the accident was being portrayed. He said he's never had a concussion before. He now has a new perspective on what concussed players go through. He said, I know I'm going to be all right. Like, I just get fatigued. I just can't stay the hours right now.
Wow. I mean, a lot is coming out about this today.
Yeah.
And I guess on the positive side, the Niners will have a decent amount of time to make their decisions. They've already made certain decisions, right? But to kind of just monitor Kyle Shanahan. And I do wonder, too, Whitey, somebody out there is thinking, just with all the stuff that goes down with football players, if Kyle, he's saying that, but will it actually be the case if one of his guys is injured? Do you think he will actually reference it? There's no way for us to know that. Mm-hmm. But it is fascinating that will be in the back of his mind when he's on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those phones, man, can be very, very tricky, very dangerous.
Sometimes with concussions, I've talked to people who know about these things, and sometimes people feel like they're okay, and then it's only over a period of time that follows where you and they realize, okay, there's still some residual deficits here. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff is just, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying it's just unknowable.
Yeah.
So anytime the 49ers talk about, is he going to coach the first game? Well, that's our plan. Are you going to be ready to go? I know I'm going to get better. It's just the timeline of that is literally unknowable right now.
But so you keep bringing this up, Whitey. Do you think it's more of an issue of, hey, this could affect him even after he's quote unquote cleared, or is it about when he would be actually cleared?
Well,
or both. Both.
All that. But again, I don't mean to imply or suggest that it's probably going to be bad, but I'm just saying that it's a serious brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of it, is everyone's trying to put a positive as possible spin on it, and there's every reason to do that. But, this is a head coach of a football team who, I'll tell you, this was interesting the way Chris Sims said it. He says Shanahan is known because Shanahan is who he is because he has a high-functioning brain, and he's got the ability to multitask and be creative and coach a team and be detailed and all of that as well. I don't think it should be underestimated how big of a deal this is. This is like back to Deflategate with Bill Belichick having to miss a few days of work getting ready for the Super Bowl. It's concerning, end quote. That's his friend, Chris Sims.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, it's concerning. Fingers crossed. And there's no doubt he's going to get the absolutely optimal care that's available on this.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They're going to be monitoring him. I think the toughest thing for him is going to be to rest and to stay away until he feels better, because it is not the best timing in the world. It's an important time period for the Niners to at least, get going. But again, like I said earlier in the show, there's no QB competition. There's some things that obviously Kyle Shanahan wanted to keep an eye on, but there's no, top 5 draft pick that they're, trying to figure out. There's no new running back that, they got Christian McCaffrey. They got their guys, right? So they are a bit of a well-oiled machine for as much as I like.
Stribling's like a veteran, right? From what we hear, that's what you're saying.
Stribling. What is Stribling? The fourth wide receiver?
Now.
I have no clue.
He's probably, realistically, I don't know where he is on the depth chart, but, he's going to be hopefully like 2 or 3 at worst. I
think the hope would probably be 3, right? Between the other guys that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mike's 1.
You have Mike 1. I guess the Pearsall question is the Pearsall question, that we've had before, but they added a couple guys. So I think to be honest, yeah, it's probably Christian Kirk too.
Yeah.
It's probably Mike Evans, which is funny for your 1 and 2 receivers they are new. They are brand new.
But I think the plan, you'd love for Stribling to establish himself by the end of the year and to maybe challenge there. Ideally.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would hope that it's Christian Kirk because he's a vet, and you would hope it's not Ricky Pearsall, because that would mean Ricky Pearsall is also balling. So it would be Evans, Ricky Pearsall, and Stribling as your 1, 2, 3, and then you have Demarcus Robinson, who he can catch it. He had some crazy games, but yeah, the hope is that he does jump up. So he's probably the guy that gets affected the most initially here is Dejon Stribling.
Yeah,
because he's probably going to need Kyle around for something.
That's what
like
Kyle
that.
needs to tell John Lynch and ownership. You know what I really need to really make me feel better? Anything, Kyle? What can we? I don't know. Anything? What can we do for you? Go get Vita Vea. Right? That would make me feel so much better.
So much better.
Yeah, that would really help me, guys.
It's like, you need some Aleve or anything? No, I need a Vita Vea.
Yeah.
I think is probably the best thing at this point in time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My doctor agrees. I talked to him.
How long? I mean, okay, so like I said, something comes out like this. We're going to find out how the Bucs feel about it. And then is it just, hey, obviously you would want him in as soon as possible. So could this thing escalate quickly if the Bucs say, we agree with him, we want to move forward?
I don't know. I mean, I would think the football people would be all in, but I could see the 49ers, the pencil pushers saying, doesn't quite pencil out for us because we've got solutions at that spot. We already brought in Odigizua. Yeah. So, yeah, it's probably better off. We just, we've already got equity in CJ West and Jenkins, and they're younger and cheaper, and that's what we're going to have to do.
And getting Nick Bosa back, this is my favorite thing. This is not just a Niners thing, but my favorite, I guess, saying, if you will, is an injury, a dude that was injured coming back being viewed as an acquisition. That is my favorite spin. Well, you're getting Nick Bosa back, so basically you signed a whatever he's getting paid, free agent right there. That's not how it works.
Speaking of acquisitions, the Kings' all-time best acquisition. Who was it? And what does it mean for the future? Next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good night's sleep.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Where the stars and guitars shine. Get ready for the Gold Rush Classic, a celebrity pro-am golf tournament coming August 6th and 7th to beautiful Rancho Murrieta. Tee it up alongside legends like Rick Barry, Jesse Orozco, Michael Merriweather, Greg Ostertag, Olden Polanese, and our own Greg Vaughn. Take your shot at $1 million hole-in-one. Compete in the skins game. Kick things off at the celebrity draft party. Then cap the night with a live concert featuring the Cripple Creek Band. It's all for a great cause. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Scott Pollard's Pearls of Life, Make-A-Wish, and other worthwhile children's charities. So join the fun, play golf with a celebrity, and help change a child's life along the way. Golf and concert sponsorships are still available. Visit goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org for all the details. The Gold Rush Classic is proudly sponsored by Northern California Roofing, a locally owned and operated company that's been providing energy home improvements since 1990.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are cheap, cheap.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. What's up? It's Matt George. What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business, to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
I got to stick up for my guy, A Sizzle, because, I'm doing a show here, and I know we're having fun, but it is our job, and so I don't appreciate when people who should know better are badgering you with text when you're trying to do your job.
That's right.
People, like I say, who should know better.
Well, Biederman started it in the group chat. He said, I didn't know the part 3 decision was controversial. And then Matt said it wasn't.
So Matt George, he's got a sick day. He should be in bed or whatever.
Well, I guess he's texting.
Wow.
And he says, when my voice comes back, I'll tell it how it really was. He said, I appreciate Whitey for cutting Alan off about me grabbing the wrong putter, in quotes, so he couldn't blame me like he was going to. When my voice comes back, I'll tell it how it really was. It'll be too late by then, Matt. It'll be old news. Mm-hmm. Good on Chris Biederman coming on, giving his breakdown of everything that went down. Hey, man.
Maybe it's on me because we should have sent him the copy points on how we're trying to promote the match between you and Matt George.
No, he knew.
He did not really
didn't sell
get
it.
people excited
We're
about
trying
it.
to get sponsors, Biederman. That is not the way to get sponsors.
Yeah, comparing it to a bad summer league game.
Yeah.
I appreciate his candor, but
I will say, though,
that's helping.
Even in those pro-A, I mean, I like I said, I got to text my guy. This is what I have to do. Whitey, we've been running around. We were in Vegas. We get back. Things have been busy. I had river cats.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
So right after I got back, which that was tough timing. And then, of course, we're doing all this stuff here. Like I said, I had told you, childcare was out of town. So my wife has been dealing with a lot right now. So I cannot reach out to...
I have a feeling your wife deals with a lot every day.
That's very true. So I haven't reached out to Tom Morton because there's just been no time. So I got to find this time when I link up with Tom, I get everything right. I think what Biederman saw yesterday was that I'm a couple Tom lessons away. And yesterday I post my swing on social media, so now everybody's a golf coach. People are some of the listeners were and just buddies of mine were giving me tips about my swing, unsolicited tips.
The only tip I'd give is you can't carry 23 clubs out there. It's against the rules.
It's not 23.
How many?
It's not. I have pitching, a 9, a 56, 2 putters. That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a 6 hybrid and a 6 iron, a 7 hybrid and a 7 iron,
9,
a driver,
10,
a 2 hybrid, and a 5.
Only 12 clubs? 12, I think you're in.
Did I say my 9?
I don't know.
Did I say my pitching?
If it's only 12 clubs, we're good.
It's close.
Okay.
You said 15?
14 or 15, yeah.
Yeah, we're close.
Okay. By the way, thank you, Jay, for this note. Real quick before we get back to the Kings. Top 10 sunniest cities in the United States from @US Storm Watchers. 10 Miami, 9 LA, 8 Albuquerque, 7 Fresno. Sacramento 6th.
It's a Sacramento summer.
6th sunniest city in the United States. Behind only El Paso, Tucson, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Yuma. 310 to Yuma. Yuma, Arizona.
I love those spots, man.
You love Yuma?
I just love the sun.
Oh, okay. You're in the right spot. 6th sunniest city in the United States.
Take that for data. Phoenix.
14 clubs in the bag, official.
14, yeah.
I'm close.
Okay.
I think I'm right at 14. Yeah.
It ain't real unless you post it.
Yeah, I got to take a picture.
Go home and take a picture.
Yeah. Because I don't have...
You have 2 putters and...
Yeah, I have 2 putters. But I don't have... you know what I don't really swing? Because I have that 2 hybrid, so I don't have a 3-wood.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I got the 5, the 4. Oh, yeah, I didn't say my 4 hybrid. I have a 4 hybrid. Yeah, I got to get rid of some.
Yeah.
I got to get rid of some.
Rules. It's you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. And I don't know if I have a 6 iron. I think I only have the 6 hybrid.
Okay.
El Paso. I've never been, but sounds great. I'm big on all the Arizona spots. Which, should it even be done like this, fellas? You got 3 Arizona spots.
Well, it's just the sunniest spots in the U.S. So, yeah, the deserts are going to be higher. That's fine. That's to be expected.
And I don't know that L.A. should be on that list. There's got to be somewhere above. This based on how big the city is. There's got to be somewhere above us in Sacramento or somewhere in Nevada that's sunnier than Los Angeles.
Nevada, you have the Sierra Nevada, and you get a lot of weather coming down out of them sometimes. I got like a B- in meteorology, so I know a little bit about this.
Okay, but think about that. How is there only one city from New Mexico?
I think there's only one city in New Mexico.
And how?
I've been there.
And how do they measure sun?
Yeah, I don't have the breakdown.
You just said you're a meteorologist.
Well, the sunniest days, means the days where you have the fewest clouds and the most sun, I think.
Yeah.
What is disappointing? Why are you having a problem with this list?
You
want Sacramento to be higher?
There's just a lot of Arizona.
Yeah, why could that be?
Okay,
What's that about?
There's other deserts.
Yeah,
You
not
mean like
many
in
like
Ohio?
Arizona, though.
Salt Flat. Utah. Salt Flat. It's all flat.
Again, you have the Rocky Mountains, so you have some weather coming down out of
What
those.
about SEC country?
Like what? Florida?
Yeah, it's the
Florida's got all
sunshine.
kind of hurricanes.
Yeah, Florida's the sunshine state.
Yeah.
That's just marketing.
Come on, man. But you got clouds. There's so many hurricanes.
Miami
There's
is
hurricane
10th.
season and everything.
Pardon me, JB. Yeah, Miami is 10th on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got those big storms coming through.
Yuma. Come on, man.
I could see it.
What about Reno?
Nah, too much winter.
That's
Too much
serious
snow.
winter there.
Yuma.
Desert. I'm not sure where you're
Middle
going.
of the desert.
Yeah.
It'd be basically like California, Arizona almost.
Yuma? Come on. Now let me look this up. Because if they're too
I don't even know why I mentioned it in the first place. Jay was nice offended.
If they're
and
too
now
close,
you got an issue with it.
No, I'm just saying if they're too close, then it's just okay. Yuma is 2 hours away from Phoenix. Basically the same place. To me. Why wouldn't you put
I think anybody who's been to
Wendon?
Phoenix and been to Yuma will tell you they're definitely not the same place.
Okay.
But what's happening with the
Been
way-
to both, and they're
where's
not.
Gasoline?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
What were you doing in Yuma?
Friend, wife is from there. And so they had like a christening and baby shower and all that stuff. I've been there actually like 2 or 3 times.
They got an airport?
I think
so.
I think the
Very,
Padres
very
used,
private, though.
I think the Padres used to train in Yuma. And
Where's
they-
San Diego? Where's Gas Lamp?
San Diego's next to the ocean.
Yeah.
And
No clouds.
Yeah.
Water,
Clouds affect
when
the amount
water
of
hits
sun.
hot air, it's different.
Where's San Luis Obispo?
What about what? San Luis Obispo? Nah.
Okay.
Right next to the mountains, man.
Maybe you could come up with your own
sunniest
cities. We'd like to know just based on, I don't know what.
And Seen Brighter Sun says Allen needs to pull back further on his backswing. I know, thank you. I'm not very flexible.
Didn't want to go there.
I know it. I don't know how to fix. I've been doing my flexibility stretches.
If you keep it in the middle of the fairway, you don't need to.
I know, but
it.
I need it to look.
No, you want it.
I need it to
functional.
look better.
Especially as you get older. As an older golfer now, you just want to hit it down the middle.
Well, hold on now. Hold on now.
The older you get, Alan,
Oh, yeah,
you're just
no.
right down the middle.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says Allen has a whole hybrid club set.
He does.
Hold on. A 2, a 4, a 7, and a 6. So just 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
2 wedges, 2 putters.
Yeah. Then I have the wedges to a
Then
couple.
you have like your irons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, I only have irons for 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, because you're hitting your hybrids instead of your
That's
long
right.
irons.
That's right.
No wonder you didn't want to hit that shot from the middle of the fairway.
Because I'm either soaring it or it's a ground ball. The 2 options.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll look at the Kings' best signing of all time also. Do the Sacramento Kings, they did last year, they had 2. Do they have any future Hall of Famers on their current roster? Back with that and more on the travails of Alan Stiles next on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KHD HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Today I was listening, of course, to the Matt and Kayla show, and I didn't hear Matt George, who apparently lost his voice yesterday. He's resting comfortably, I assume, and badgering Alan with needless texts.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head.
Did he send you any texts asking where his beverages are that he left here?
No.
Summer edition of Red Bull?
I mean, I might.
That's his.
That's the last thing I needed. Who drank my Red Bull?
Well, I hope Matt's feeling well enough to be back with us tomorrow.
Yes.
Real quick here, I heard Kayla talking about this today. Every NBA's best free agent signing of all time. The player must have been acquired as an unrestricted free agent, restricted free agent, or via sign and trade. Must have signed with a new team. So players who re-signed with their incumbent team, not included. Must have made a significant impact on his new team. Players who changed teams this summer will not be considered for inclusion. So they've got one for every team. This is, again, a Bleacher Report. Who do you think the Kings pick is? Maybe you've heard this.
Real quick, Whitey.
Yeah. Yes.
This is just coming in.
Do I need the breaking news? I don't know what it is. So
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's close.
Okay.
Let's
go ahead, Jay, if you would. If it's close, we might as well.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sactown Sports breaking news.
One of the lone bright spots for the San Francisco Giants, his season is pretty much come to a close. Casey Schmidt had that weird turn around first base. Casey Schmidt has a torn meniscus in his left knee, Giants say. So obviously, yeah, they can always vary, but with the Giants being out of it, he just had a crazy season, should have been an all-star from Shayna Rubin about 10 minutes ago. Casey Schmidt, torn meniscus in his left knee. I would assume that his season is over.
Depends on how bad the tear is. I mean, it could be worse. That's obviously anything torn is bad. Better than tearing a ligament or something.
Yeah.
An ACL. I know that Shea Langoliers has a similar injury, torn meniscus in his knee, and he may be out for the year, but it depends how large the tear is and things like that. So that's obviously bad news, but I think it could be worse. It's my first read on that.
I think technically, yeah. And there were, here's this part of it. Hopefully, number one, get well soon, Casey Schmidt. Number two, there was conversations about him as a trade candidate. The right-handed bat market is dry. Whitey, drier than that bunker. Drier than that bunker yesterday.
What bunker?
Just a bunker.
You said that bunker.
There's a couple bunkers that were out there. But
the one that Matt hit his drive in and wanted to...
Didn't say that.
Okay.
Didn't say that.
But is that the bunker you're talking about?
Maybe, maybe not. But Casey Schmidt out for, we don't know how long, but he is not going to get moved now. We know that. So if you were one of those Giants fans that did not want to move Casey Schmidt, obviously this isn't a positive thing, but he ain't getting moved.
Well, that's what Domas had, right? And I think at first he tried to rest it and then play on it. Then he eventually had the surgical repair. Yeah, so.
Here you go from Alex Pavlovich. This was 4 minutes ago. Giants have not given a timetable, but this is almost certainly season ending. Old friend Mike Tauchman had the same injury in the spring and missed about 3 months. A bummer for a guy who broke through this year, but he seems to have avoided an injury that would impact 2027. So pretty much just like Domas. So probably it for Casey Schmidt this season, which means if somebody wants to look at it glass half full, Casey Schmidt is off the trade table for this season, and the Giants will bring him back. Maybe you're able to move Matt Chapman, and Casey Schmidt can come in and be your third baseman. Obviously, Luis Ariz is going to be gone, so at worst, he would be your starting second baseman. So hopefully he gets well soon because he was balling this season, Casey Schmidt was.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Did you see, was he the catcher for Milwaukee? Did you see what he did last night with Ariz? Ariz hit a foul ball.
Oh, he slapped him in the face?
Hit him in the face. Yeah. And he held up his fingers like how many fingers, then he slapped him.
Yeah, I saw that. All in good fun, right?
Yeah, all in good fun.
All in good fun.
And then there was, I think, an encouraging report potentially for the Giants on Devers. I think it was John Heyman.
It was not as encouraging as you would hope. I mean, it was a team called.
Somebody reached out to the Giants and asked about Devers.
Yes.
Okay.
But that doesn't, he still felt like whoever called still said, hey, are you willing to pay down any of the contract? Hey, are you willing to include any prospects? So they called and they were just curious. Hey, what is it exactly?
Hey, Buster, you want to make a bad deal?
Exactly. How desperate are you? Okay, bye. Pretty much. So that's what John, he did say that Matt Chapman, out of those big three, Matt Chapman, there is a chance that he does get moved. But he's got to come back from injury because he was injured and then he went on paternity leave for a second. So he's got to come back because Casey Schmidt was playing third base. So you got to get him back. And now it's going to be Christian Koss, I would assume, a lot of third base. I know Osleves Basabe, shout out Sacramento River Cats. I believe he's been pulled up just for the interim before Matt Chapman gets back. So, yeah, bad times get worse for the Giants, Whitey. But I had to get that information out there because it just broke.
They got a 4-game series in San Diego this weekend, so at least they get to go to San Diego, and they always have a lot of Giants fans down there.
Road trip? Jay, road trip?
Of course.
Gas lamp? Yes. I want a California burrito.
You and this gas lamp. When the last time you been to San Diego, man?
Oh, man.
In a minute?
And I was a bachelor party, like 2019.
Was Guerneville closed?
Guerneville.
Yeah. Look, man. Different group.
Where'd y'all go?
It wasn't nice. Oh, no, you know what? We did a boys trip. The Guerneville guys. We did a boys trip to San Diego last year.
The Guerneville gang.
I was there for my birthday.
The Guerneville gang in San Diego.
Yeah, they weren't.
Gas lamp.
The bright lights of San Diego, no match for. After that, they said, let's go back to Guerneville, man. Let's go back. All right, we'll see you guys there this weekend.
Can you guess the Kings, according to Bleacher Report, their best signing of all time? You know, like Chris Webber was a trade.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's on the list for 2 different teams, for the Warriors and for the Nets. DeMar DeRozan's on the list, but he is listed as the best signing ever for the Bulls.
And this is based on what they did, right? It's not some weird thing like Russell Westbrook because he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Right. Kawhi Leonard, Clippers. Shaq, Lakers, of course. Tony Allen, Memphis Grizzlies. LeBron, Miami Heat. Brook Lopez, Milwaukee Bucks. For the Kings, Sam Mitchell, Minnesota Timberwolves. How about that? Peja. Yeah?
Who you got Peja for who?
Peja for the Hornets. Peja helped them win 56 games one year. Forget how good Peja was, even with the Hornets, 2007, 2008. Brunson for the Knicks, of course. Lou Dort for the Thunder. So you think you know who it is, Jay?
I got 2 guesses. I'd go Malik Monk. Believe Vlade Divac was a free agent signing.
Honorable.
And Bobby Jackson. Those would be my 3.
All right. Honorable mentions. Bobby Jackson.
Okay.
Malik Monk.
Okay.
Darren Collison.
What?
John Salmons. But the pick is 6 seasons with the Kings, played in all but 6 regular season games, 14.3 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4.3 assists. Vlade Divac.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the Kings won 50-plus games in Divac's last 4 seasons with the team, including that 61 wins in 2001, 2002.
You have any qualms with that?
Not at all. Not at all. It's a great signing. Chris Webber comes to mind, but again, he violates rules because originally he was traded here and then they re-signed him.
Right.
And re-signings are not counted here. But that was that magical year, the Kings, after the lockout in 99, and they rebuilt the team with J. Will, and they had Peja, and they traded for Webber, and they had Vlade, and that's when Kings basketball was born. That might end up being, when all's said and done, the best team the Kings have ever had. And I know, no, they're going to win a championship some year. Well, hopefully.
Right.
But they may not. I mean, that was a great team.
Yeah. I mean, you can still to this day, you'll just be scrolling through whatever and see, specifically, it'll be highlights from Jason Williams. Right. And then it'll obviously be about him. But just in general, that whole team and what they kind of represented, I don't know. And I don't know if it's been a Dave conversation, but just the idea that even if a team, you'd have to straight up win a championship to knock them to the second tier. Right. Even if you went to a finals, depending on how you did it, it's not a given that you would be viewed and remembered the same way as those teams, which sounds crazy.
But it's not. I'm with you, because that team, the way they played with such style, and they captivated much of the country. And that's why people still think, Sacramento, the Kings. And a lot of that, of course, is because of that team.
Yeah.
The whole country was watching that team.
Right.
So even though they didn't win it all, they were so much fun to watch. And some other team could eventually and hopefully will win a championship, but will they do it with the style and the flair that team did? Hopefully, but there's a good chance they won't.
Is there another example of that, though? I know there is, but a certain organization where a team didn't win and, they were iconic, and then they later did win, but the team that didn't win is more memorable. I know college, there's an obvious one, right? It's the Fab Five. Like Michigan just won, and they're not touching the Fab Five.
Yeah.
So that's an obvious college one. I'm trying to think of other. There any?
That's a good question.
Pro ones, because it's easy for us to say, but if you have examples of it,
it's hard because there are not that many franchises who have never won a championship. There are some,
right?
But in the NBA, like the Phoenix Suns have never won a championship, and they've been around longer than the Kings. But most teams eventually, and maybe the Kings will as well. But there was something really unique about that team. The lesson there, and it's hardly a new lesson, but you look at the players the Kings have signed as free agents. Yeah, Vlade was an excellent free agent. But, Bobby, really good. Malik, Darren Collison, John Salmons. This, again, is not the place where free agents come for the most part.
So DeMar is not on there just because, he just didn't do enough in the couple years he was here.
I think because the team was so bad. Yeah, I thought he would have at least gotten some kind of mention. But, he just didn't have – it wasn't his fault, but he didn't have the impact on winning that the Kings hoped he would.
Right. Yeah. And, I mean, not a ton to pick from, right?
Right. John Salmons was – he's a nice player, but honorable mention. That kind of surprised me. Are there any Hall of Famers on the Kings roster right now? Last year there was two, as we know, with DeMar DeRozan and Russell Westbrook. Although there was some that will say, well, DeRozan's kind of on the fence. To me, it's like he's got the numbers he's going to be in. Right now on this roster, you'd have to say Domas, maybe, and Zach LaVine, maybe there's a path there. Right now, I don't think either one of them gets in. Could, and I'm not trying to take shots at anybody. Domas, if he continues to play a lot here or somewhere else, and he's, like 19 and 12 every year, at some point he's going to break down that door and it's we can't deny him. He's a Hall of Famer. But he still has work to do.
He's got work to do. And people will, kind of deny that how you're viewed, your narrative really does matter. And I think that Domas doesn't have a great narrative right now. Even if his numbers are there, playoff dropper.
That's it. Where does a player really drive his narrative in the postseason?
Exactly. So I think he could get there. But to your point, let's say his numbers, he gets back to where his numbers are where they've been, which is still, fringe third-team All-NBA, rebounding champion, cool. But if he does what he did for the next, I don't know, Whitey, three more years, all-star year here or there, but he doesn't do anything in the playoffs, I know it's easier to get into the Basketball Hall of Fame, but you have to have a playoff run.
Yeah, he's on the wrong franchise for it right now.
Yeah. And that's why we don't know. We know what I really wanted to ask Chris Biederman, and we were so busy talking about the golf. But what I really wanted to ask him was when Scott Perry is saying, what he's been saying as far as, we have a great relationship, and he says that about Zach LaVine, and he says that about Domantas Sabonis. What does that actually mean? You know what I mean? Is it just athlete, manager speak, GM speak, or does it mean, hey, we're on the same page here? If something, works out, cool. If it doesn't work out, like saying we're on the same page and we have a great relationship doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to stay, right?
It just means we understand each other.
We're on the same page as far as where this thing is going. So then when Chris brought up the buy-in conversation, that's when I thought to myself, okay, well, you're having a buy-in, whether or not they're going to buy in. But then when Scott Perry says we have a good relationship, where do those two roads meet or not? That's what I really wanted to ask Chris, but we ran out of time. But just as far as, hey, they're saying that there's a good relationship, you're talking about buy-in. Is there a better chance that they will be bought in, or does one thing really have nothing to do with the other?
To me, assuming that it's true on the surface, we have a great relationship, that means we know what he needs, and he knows we're going to give him that in the short term, and we know what he needs, and he knows what we expect from him. And if you have somebody who's basically an employee and they don't really want to do what you want them to do, it's hard to have a great relationship.
Right.
You know, and there's also, of course, anytime, he's not going to say, yeah, we don't really get along.
No, I knew he wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
It's just more about what does a realistic version of that mean?
To me, and I'm making some assumptions, and I'm assuming some things here, it means, look, he understands the situation and how he fits into it for now, and we're going to take care of him. It's not an ideal situation as a veteran for him, but he gets it. He's okay with it in the short term.
Yeah. Right.
It's not great. It's not what he would most want, but obviously you can't say that. But so to me, with a veteran, when it's, we have a great relationship, to me, that's what I hear.
And maybe it's separate. Maybe what Chris would have said is that it's kind of separate, right? Hey, having a good relationship with your GM doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be bought into guarding 90. We're gonna be defending at the highest level, everything like that. And it could be slightly separate, or they could be in the same vein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think they've got to. If a guy's not bought in, it's hard to have a great relationship with him. This is from Zach Cram, and this was last September, and I assume he'll revisit this when the next Hall of Fame class goes in to Springfield. He's got his top 75 locks: Giannis, Steph, AD, KD, Harden, LeBron, Kawhi, Dame, Chris Paul, and Westbrook. Non-75 top locks for the Hall of Fame: Jokic, Kyrie, Draymond, Clay. That's an interesting one. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Shea, Rudy Gobert.
What's the interesting one?
Clay. I think he's in, but I think that's an interesting one. Young stars well on their way: Luka, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama. Veterans on the bubble: DeMar, Kyle Lowry, Drew Holiday, Kevin Love, Al Horford, Karl Anthony Towns. 29-year-olds on the edge. Again, this was a year ago: Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Booker, Jaylen Brown, Domantas Sabonis.
Stock up for 2 of those guys. Stock down for 3. Stock up for Brown and Brunson. Stock down for Mitchell, Booker, and Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean, to me, Mitchell
he probably stayed the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is part of the problem.
Yeah, and you're probably right, Jay. I get it. I know Clay is going to be – he'll probably be a Hall of Famer for all that he did for those great teams. But to me, they're probably all going to get in. I mean, Draymond's going to get in. All the stars on that team, I get it. They're going to get in.
Look, the other thing, guys, remember, and I know you guys are up on it, but we got to remind ourselves, the one thing is you got to talk about high school. You got to talk about McDonald's All-American. You got to talk about what they did in college.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk about gold medals, which Clay has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those things matter.
Yep.
People take, like, Domas, the one thing that is going to assist him is, he's like a 5-time, 6-time, 7-time Lithuanian player of the year, or whatever that means, right? Like, people pay attention to that.
Well,
I don't know, but they pay attention to that stuff.
That's why we had the combo last year. Bless our hearts. The Kings are bringing in EuroLeague MVP Dennis Schroeder.
Well, we shouldn't, though.
We shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Come on home, D. No. I can't. Those were the combos.
But it matters, though.
Yeah, right. For Hall of Fame, it does.
Yeah.
And there were texters, and listeners saying, this is the craziest thing I ever heard, but it is the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the big differentiator.
I like Domas. I appreciate as a fan the way he plays, but to me, of those 5 I just mentioned, he's the furthest from the Hall of Fame.
You said Donovan, Jaylen, Domas,
Booker.
Yeah.
He's got 2 gold medals?
He's definitely
Brunson.
Yeah, and Brunson.
the furthest away out of
Yeah,
those
sure.
5.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you
I
initially
look at
phrase
that
it
and say,
like,
he doesn't belong in that group.
Yeah.
no,
you
he
might
doesn't.
be right.
Not
Yeah,
after
you
this
might be
year.
right.
Wherever Fox is, throw him down with him.
Sabonis could also follow a DeRozan-esque compiler path
I'm
to
kidding.
join his father, who made the Hall largely on the strength of his international career. The younger Sabonis is only a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA honoree. He keeps racking up points, rebounds, and assists. 68 career triple-doubles, 50 then coming in his 3 full seasons in Sacramento. He could reach triple-digit triple-doubles, which only 6 players in NBA history have achieved.
He's got to, you put the 3-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, both third teams, 3-time NBA rebounding leader, 5-time Lithuanian basketball player of the year. He's got to All-American
How did you know
honorable
that?
mention.
You're right. He was
Because I remember looking it up
okay.
a couple years ago, something like that. Second team, you know what it was? I think Kendrick. Remember when Kendrick Perkins came on the show?
Yeah.
And he was like, he's a top 5 big.
That's right.
Something like that, right? We pulled the drop, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to look this up. He was talking about Arvydas Sabonis, and so I just fell down a rabbit hole, and I remember him reading about Domas. First team All WCC. See, he doesn't. The other problem with him though is he hasn't had any Olympic success. He needs to have some Olympic success. He's got to have he's got a silver medal or Eurobasket. You see, those things are going to help him. Like Booker's in because he's a 2-time gold medalist already. He's already made a run to the finals. He's probably going to be all NBA defensive for the next 2-3 more years. He's going to probably be like a 10-time All-Star. He's going to have the look. Gold medals help, man. You know, those things.
Right.
Domas needs to start checking off some of those boxes.
Short of that, he's got to have some kind of playoff success.
He's got to have some. It's one of the two, right? It's either a little bit of both or a lot of one or the other, and he has none of it yet.
The Olympic stuff's going to be hard for him to get.
Yeah, for sure. He needs a top 3. Yeah, he needs a top 3, a world championship or something, a bronze. Those things, they go a long way for whatever reason. I don't want to say it like that, but they go a long way when you start to talk about Hall of Fame material and where you sit in the pantheon of sports, especially in basketball.
Yeah, I wonder. I know we talked about it a year ago a lot. Schroeder, Hall of Fame. I wonder. I'm not scoffing at it because of what he's accomplished internationally.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's going to have different looks at it when you hear Hall of Fame. I just think it's different because they do basketball.
People could, in the future, look back on last year's Kings and say, they had 3 Hall of Famers on there.
No, they could.
They had 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
How'd they only win 22 games?
Injuries, guys, I got to tell you.
Okay.
It's an emergency in style, out of style on the other side.
Really?
Something came out, and I didn't want to say anything. I'm going to have to show you something during the break here.
Oh, no.
And then we're going to come back with it.
All right. An emergency.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was going to get out, and the in style, out of style is how I chose to handle it.
All right. Whatever it is, it's next. Don't go away. Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
The one and only Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Progressive presents the Museum of You. We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 32. Kaepernick's playoff record.
Pardon the pun, but Colin Kaepernick's run with the 49ers was memorable. He really set his mark with his legs in the playoffs as Kaepernick broke Michael Vick's mark of 119 yards with a 56-yard keeper on an option play in the third quarter of the playoff win against Green Bay.
Takes the handoff, runs over the right tackle, comes to the 45, tucks it, got a block at the 50, on the numbers, the 40, a foot race to the 30, down the near sideline, the 20, chase to the 10, down the sideline, the 5, he'll gallop into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown, a 56-yard touchdown by quarterback Colin Kaepernick.
The run gave Kaepernick 163 yards on 12 carries, setting a 49ers franchise record for the postseason.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. There's high fashion.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
And then there's helpless.
Are you mocking me with that outfit?
It's time for In Style, Out of Style with the Drive Guys.
How much do clothes cost in the Matrix?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
People are concerned, Alan. Somebody's wondering, did Alan catch something when he was magnet fishing and solve a cold case? What's going on? Emergency session here.
Emergency session.
In Style, Out of Style.
It's now out, and I didn't say anything because honestly, I didn't know how it would go.
Very mysterious.
Nobody told me not to post anything, but I just felt kind of icky doing it. But somebody did, and it's the same exact video that I have and that a lot of the employees have. When I went to the game on Saturday as a fan.
River Cats
game. It wasn't all daisies and rainbows.
Oh, this was against the Oklahoma City Comets.
I actually didn't see it live because I was saying what's up to all of my coworkers. But the next morning, when I walk into work, there was a video circulating around the River Cat employee circle, and Dinger had a collision. Actually, I spoke with somebody at the end of the game, and they said, "Hey, did you see what happened?" I said, "No, I completely missed that." So I knew something had happened. Saw the video the next day in the control room, and there was another video circulating. Dinger is doing his big entrance in the first inning. He's mobbing a little bit on one of those electric scooters.
Dressed like Santa Claus,
Dressed
right?
like Santa. It was Christmas in July.
Santa Dinger.
That's right. And Santa Dinger runs into a former World Series center fielder. They didn't win it, but Alek Thomas, who was DFA'd by the Diamondbacks earlier this season, got picked up by the Dodgers, has been playing in AAA. And Alek Thomas, as Jay pointed out, was a little delayed walking out or jogging out of the dugout. Dinger didn't expect anyone to be coming out that late.
Kind of grazed the cat, right?
Dinger cracked him pretty good, and somebody gave it's everywhere now. So the reason I didn't say anything, like I said, I didn't necessarily feel comfortable.
Right.
But I had a feeling somebody was going to post it, and it got posted on Reddit, I believe, and now John Boy, Foul Territory. I'm sure Barstool is next. It's going everywhere. I spoke with Dinger. He's doing okay.
Good. How about Alek Thomas?
So there were no more scooter entrances for the rest of the series. The manager obviously wasn't thrilled. And I believe, guys, if I'm not mistaken, the Dodgers, a different Dodger-affiliated team, wasn't that the Bat Dog with the dude and his knee?
Yeah,
I believe that
so.
was the Dodgers, too. So the Dodgers have had bad luck. Alek Thomas stayed in the game. On Sunday, we're doing a game in front of the first base dugout. Hey, Dinger, don't hit me with the scooter. Alek Thomas, they're throwing water and seeds at Dinger. We thought it was a bit. We weren't sure. It turns out, I think it was. Dinger put an apology on the screen. Sorry, Alek, for running into him. So we were hoping that it would stay.
The whole thing would blow over.
But there were too many employees with the video. And I had a feeling it was going to get out. I'm surprised it took this long. It's Tuesday now. That happened on Saturday. So it'll blow over, but yeah.
Maybe a fan had the video? Is that possible?
That is what happened.
Yeah.
That is what happened. And so, TMZ next. But it's out now, so you'll probably see it. You'll probably come across it. Frankie Cardicelli, it got posted 10 minutes ago. Frankie Cardicelli immediately texted the group chat, and he said, "Brother, what is this?" I said, I got other angles too that I did not put out. But yeah, Whitey, it was.
Is there a slow-mo available?
There's rewind and just boom. So yeah, obviously it's the injuries are out of style, but I feel like how I handled it was in style. Because you know me, the clicks be clicking, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you not sharing it. I mean, this is like the Shanahan thing. If you saw what happened.
Pretty much. I had this on Sunday, but I said I can't put that.
I would say for those who haven't seen it, if you saw this kind of contact in an NFL game, Dinger is suspended for the foreseeable.
It's a hit stick.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hit stick. Yeah, it was a rough go. But they're okay.
Alek Thomas never saw it coming, did he? He's coming out of the dugout. Looks like maybe he's just starting to put his cap on.
Yeah.
So his head's down, and then bam!
And you just see the trainer, all the fans are just staring down because and in the Santa costume, AAA, baby. AAA ball.
Yeah.
But everybody was okay.
What did your counterpart do on mic? Or what would you have
done?
Hey, look at that. Man
luckily it was in between innings, so nobody's saying anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just from the
I
PA.
thought that's when you say something.
Well, in that, for the intro, you don't need, it's just Dinger coming down. It's just the PA guy.
Oh, okay.
So if anything, it
and
would
now
be.
here he is, Dinger.
Yeah, yes.
Look out, everybody.
Head on a swivel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but.
Maybe they should change his name to Danger.
Yeah. So I saw it. I know people are going to start hitting me up about, I mean, they already are. Hey, Alan, did you see this?
That's too bad. I feel bad for Dinger.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming Alec Thomas is fine, I feel really bad for the mascot.
Chris Watkins. Why is he dressed as Santa?
Oh.
There's just a lot of questions that everybody has.
Right.
But I couldn't do it, Whitey.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
It's Santa, Dinger. Ho, ho, ho. And I have something for you, Alec Thomas. You've been bad this year.
So a lot of people are confused, but it is going viral right now. Those numbers are running up, Whitey. But you know what? I'm a team player.
As long as they spell your name right, right? That's the old saying.
That's right.
Publicity is publicity. Good
Exactly.
or bad. Like, just spell a name right.
I don't see the A's getting on John Boy.
That's right.
What's his name? The Herd? What's his name?
Sorry?
The Herd, the Stomper. I don't see Stomper getting put on John Boy.
The Herd?
Well, the Herd is the cat crew for the A's.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't see Stomper on going viral. So how about that?
Yeah. All I'll say is, Dinger, if you need to tell your side of the story, there's two sides to every story. We're here for you.
That's
If not,
right.
That's fine. 100% fine, but we're here for you if you need us.
He'll text me.
Been
Let
a
me
Dinger
know.
fan for many, many years.
Yeah. Hey, I put some ice on it, Dinger. A little bit of a shiner.
Oh, I think Dinger's fine. You know, I've talked to football players and baseball players about when you really square up a ball or when you hit somebody, and they say, yeah, when you really hit somebody, you do not feel it.
Yeah.
You guys have experienced that, I'm sure. As a
It's the best feeling.
Right. They do, but you don't feel it. I don't think Dinger felt much of that one.
Alec Thomas. He was staring at Dinger for 3 straight innings.
Yeah. He's going to have a fear of cats the rest of his life.
AJ, center field in the World Series. 3 years later, cracked by Dinger. Life comes at you fast, man. Life comes at you fast. You just never know where you're gonna be. So I had to get in front of it as much as I could because the video is circulating now.
How fast was he going?
He was cooking. I know that.
I thought he was too. Yeah.
All right, good job.
I'd like to see him doing that in the 40.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm not even gonna be near him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you'll be okay, Dinger. Alec Thomas,
We're here for you, Dinger.
That's right.
You need us, we're here for you.
Meow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 2026, tell you why it's truly a huge missed opportunity for those Giants. That's next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clear skies tonight with a little bit of a breeze. Temperatures dropping off into the upper 50s to lower 60s by Wednesday morning. We'll be heating up under sunny skies into the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. For more than 50 years, Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. You'll find us under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard. Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist. I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
When your round is going bad, it seems like nothing works. So the So-So Golfer offers 6 tips to save the bad round. First, forget about working on swing mechanics. That creates headworms. Second, tee off with what's working. If your driver isn't working, use a club that does. A 7-iron in the fairway is better than a lost ball. Third, play shots you know how to play. If your second shot looks like a big fade around a tree in the fairway and you just never practice that shot, leave it alone. Take your medicine and hit it back in the fairway. Don't overcomplicate the task at hand. If a simple bump and run will get your ball to the flag, don't try a flop shot that might only catch your buddy in the teeth. And don't give up. It's okay to get upset after a bad shot, but Tiger Woods gives himself 10 paces to vent, and then it's done. Good advice there. And most of all, have fun. It's a game. Remember, you'll have lots of time on the range to work out all those shot frustrations you find on the course. Smile, tip your hat, and get on to the next shot. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow! Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on 3rd line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Thinking about heading to the mountains this weekend in a new Toyota truck?
Let's go!
Bringing the bikes?
Let's go!
Maybe towing the boat too?
Let's go!
All right, let's roll. Get 3.99% APR plus $500 finance cash on 2026 Tacoma SR5 or get 2.99% APR on Tundra.
The time is now, let's go!
You heard the man. Toyota. Let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Excludes Tundra TRD Pro and NSA326.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Alan, I hope you don't mind, but I have to go after your Giants a little bit here.
Please do.
Mm-hmm. And I know they won last night. What, Tyler Malley, huh?
Woo. Threw well. Perfect timing. Do it now.
I'm just looking at the standings here, and, you know, the Giants the last few years have been a 500 club. Fair to say?
Yes.
They were, let's see, last 3 years they were 79 and, what would that be, 83? 80 and 82, and then 81 and 81. So that's the last 3 years. So they're around a 500 team coming into this year. Right now, they're on pace to win 70. And if you were 500 right now, if the Giants were at 500 right now, which I think coming into the season was fair to think they have a shot at being a 500 team, 500 right now gets you within a game and a half of the final wild card spot.
Right.
Because of the way the National League is. It's not a great year for the league. I mean, there are 3 teams that are dominant, the Dodgers and the Braves and the Brewers, but it's a real hodgepodge, jumble bucket, if you will, for that final wild card. And I think the Giants had a perfect opportunity to be part of that, and they're not. And I think a lot of that is because they couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah, every year that third wild card has been different. Sometimes it's going to take 90 wins. Sometimes it'll take low 80s.
Yeah, and we still don't know. There's a lot of pizza left in the box, but right now, 500 record and you're in the thick of it.
Right. I think the Reds, if I'm not mistaken, got in with 83 wins last season, low 80s, something like that. So it doesn't take much, right? And if not for the Mets, I mean, everybody, now I know the Mets spend way more money than the Giants, but everybody would just be saying this is they're both disasters. And it's such a low bar.
The Marlins just lost 12 in a row. They snapped a 12-game losing streak, and they're 2 out of the last wild card.
That's insane. And that's why I was talking to you during the break. I don't think they're going to move on from Tony Vitello, but this is such a specific situation. This is maybe the only situation where a manager could be this bad and not get fired, because he just got hired. They moved on from Bob Melvin fairly quickly. It was a pretty big decision and a big investment in Tony Vitello, and obviously Buster Posey is attached at the hip to Tony Vitello. But in, I think, any other situation, if it was his second year, if he had been here a couple years, any other situation, and look, I am right there in the conversation of he's not swinging the bats, he's not throwing balls and strikes, and I've said that before, but it's just the reality. When your team is that bad, what, Whitey? 8 times out of 10, the manager is getting canned, even if it's just one single with nothing to show, right? Well, last year they won a World Series. It's not something like that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
A manager like that with literally no major league experience of any kind, if you're going to hire him, you would do that for a young team that is going to learn, along the way as this team comes together. But to hire a guy who just can't possibly know how to do it because he's never been a player, coach, anything at the major league level, and then to think, he'll be managing the team and they have postseason aspirations. That to me is one of the biggest mysteries and one of the biggest miscalculations by your guy, Buster Posey.
Yeah, and now we're waiting to see whether or not they're going to be able to make a bunch of moves at the deadline. I know Passan said they ain't getting much for Luis Arraez and Robbie Ray because they're expiring contracts. Casey Schmidt would have been interesting. So now I saw Susan Slusser said that Elliot Ramos might be on the chopping block. I don't know what you're getting back for Elliot. Over 20 home runs the last 2 seasons. I don't think he's going to get there this season. He was injured a little bit. But I don't know what you're getting back for Elliot Ramos as far as, this is, we're going to enter the next phase. You might just, I don't know, you could use him to get off the Devers contract, to be honest with you, if you're not going to get anything back. So it's really frustrating, I think, Whitey, because, at the beginning of the season, it felt like, wow, there are a lot of elite teams in the NL period. Now it's the opposite. No, they're all in the playoff mix because none of them are actually good. And that's why Passan doesn't know how many moves are going to be made at the deadline, because teams are going to say, well, we're all right there anyway, so we don't want to give up a lot, or, it's hard to be a buyer or a seller unless you think, no, this piece is going to catapult us into another stratosphere.
You don't want to give up future assets of value to just get annihilated by the Dodgers.
Exactly. What is the
postseason?
Yeah. Yeah. What is the point? Which kind of made the Devers thing, even though, by the way, I saw James Tibbs III, who was the other. It was Kyle Harrison, shout out De La Salle, and James Tibbs III. He was there. He was safe from Dinger, but he was there over the weekend with.
That's mean.
Well, I'm just saying with.
No, you're never safe from Dinger.
No, I know. With Alec Thomas and the crew, and that's a big boy, and he's been raking a little bit. Kike was down there too, so you have moves and decisions that you made, and I don't know if they thought, Dodgers might have a down year, because it was last season where Shohei just hit, right? Yeah, because he was coming back.
Yeah.
So maybe they thought, hey, we're rolling. We've done it before. And I don't really blame them for the Devers signing. I more so blame them for the Adames signing more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So here they are.
Yeah. The A's lost again last night. Cedane and Raphael hit a grand slam.
Oh, I saw that. That ball was
barely cleared the wall.
But I think it was his first career grand slam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Of course, it's against the A's.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Hey, you feeling bad about yourself?
But it's getting sad now for many reasons. But you had Dallas Braden, who I think is a tremendous analyst. But he's so frustrated. He's saying, you talk about the home run, and then that was the ball game. It was 4-2, I think was the final. And he's saying there's only 4 ballparks in the whole major leagues in which that would be a grand slam. And it's
he's turning on their own ballpark.
Well, he's just saying they're so unlucky. That would only be a home run, and I'm, it's like, well, it's a home run.
Yeah, that's baseball.
It was a home run. This is where they're playing.
Yeah,
but I get it. The frustration mounting. They have a worse record now than your Giants.
I mean, at least the A's could say they were really jacked up by injury, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think the Giants. I mean, everybody gets a little injured. But I don't think the Giants can really say that. Their big money guys have played. They've just not played well.
Yeah. But that ballpark, Third and King would be so packed right now. Just think if they were anywhere near the wild card, trade deadline coming up. I mean, this could be a really fun part of the season, and instead it's just not.
It's not.
I mean, fan the way you want to fan, but
it's annoying. Mm-hmm. It's annoying because it's annoying specifically, especially with the possible lockout. You had an opportunity to kind of go into it. Hey, let's just see what happened. We don't know when we're going to play again. Let's go into it and be able to say that we went to the playoffs and did a couple different things.
Yeah, this might be the last year they ever have Major League Baseball. So you'd like to
That's also true.
You'd like to be in the postseason.
That's also true. I'm on record saying that early on, I don't know, before the season or at the very beginning of this season, a lot of people that I spoke with in the kind of baseball community felt good about not missing time. I will say it does feel like their feelings in general have changed a little bit, which is not great. Not great at all, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like feelings have definitely,
starting to harden.
Yeah, they're not close.
Things are getting icier and icier.
Yes. Hey, they're actually not close, so this is a problem. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Coming up here, we'll look again and hear again what Kyle Shanahan had to say today. And was the Niners signing of Mike Evans a top 10 impact move of the NFL offseason? We dive headlong into that. We're coming at you like Dinger on his scooter. Next, the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. give Optimal Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery. Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
You got to drive, guys. Here's what's going on. We were just talking about the Giants. So before we get to the 49ers and what's up with the 49ers and Baker Mayfield, I know that Alan had a Giants update for us.
Yeah, I mean, not so much of an update, but I don't know. It's just
lineup update?
Yeah, pretty much they're putting out the lineup, right?
Uh-huh.
And every single day, I get it. It takes two to tango, and we're not quite sure. You know, we're not sure what conversations are being had. Obviously, Buster Posey has
sounds like you have an issue with this lineup.
Trades before. To me, you have Casey Schmidt, who just tore his meniscus, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are throwing Landon Roop out there, which Landon Roop isn't going to get moved. But Luis Ariz is leading off.
Playing Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, leading off. Playing second is Luis Ariz. Luis Ariz fouled a ball against his foot a couple weeks ago. He fouled a ball that somehow hit him in the head yesterday. He's just so eccentric at the plate. You just don't know what he's going to do. And the long and the short of it, Whitey, they've taken, I think Robbie Ray is slated to pitch one more game before the deadline, and I don't know if he's going to pitch it or not. It just feels like the Giants are playing with fire with some of these guys, and at this point, I don't know. I know it's hard to
or you want to put them in bubble wrap
to
before the
sit
deadline,
people, but this is getting a little ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So that's your issue. How can you just trade these guys if they're going to be hurt?
Well, it's just, I mean, what is the rush here? So I'm looking here. Yeah, Robbie Ray is supposed to pitch in 2 days. And I just don't think there's any reason that man should take the mound. I don't. The trade deadline is August 3rd.
Yeah, but they would be playing in 2 days. They're playing the Padres. That might be a team that you want to trade him to.
He's shown enough.
Mm-hmm.
And Luis Ariz has shown enough. Luis Ariz is tougher, but they have no problem giving some of these other guys days off. Luis Ariz in there every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe they feel...
Some of these guys don't want to sit down, Alan.
I know they probably don't, and maybe they also feel like, look, our return for Luis Ariz and Robbie Ray is not going to be crazy anyway, so it is what it is, but it just feels like they're playing with fire in a season that is already lost. But I get it. We're just so close, Whitey.
Yeah.
We're literally
to the deadline.
Less than a week away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else has been playing with fire? The Tampa Bay Bucks when it comes to Baker Mayfield. They've been playing with fire when it comes to a new contract. Baker Mayfield is reporting to training camp without a new deal and will play out the final year of his contract before becoming an unrestricted free agent, sources tell ESPN today. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks. This is your guy, right?
It is.
Yeah. They've been engaged in contract talks for several months. Sources saying no real progress has been made towards a new deal as of Tuesday. Baker Mayfield had previously said he wanted an agreement in place before the start of camp or he would discontinue talks to focus on football. And sources telling ESPN, Mayfield looking for a deal that reflects his performance and is more in line with what quarterbacks of a similar caliber are making. He's unfazed by the potential being franchise tagged in 2027. 16th among quarterbacks is Baker Mayfield, an average pay at $33.33 million per year. He led the Bucks to the playoffs in 23 and 24. Pay him.
Yeah, they're in no way, shape, or form, the Bucks. They're in no way, shape, or form as ridiculous as the Pelicans, but I do feel like they are in a world where they also just don't really know what they're doing. I just don't really think they know what they're doing. From the time that Tom Brady left, and obviously you have some of the decisions that they've made. I just don't think they know what exactly their plan is. Todd Bowles, the whole thing was kind of weird, Whitey, when they moved on from Bruce Arians. Kind of felt like Bruce Arians said, hey, I'm going to move on, but let Todd Bowles do it. And I like Todd Bowles. He's got the connections. I believe I think he played at Temple University, or if not, he coached. So I like Todd Bowles, but it just seems like everything post Tom Brady, they've just not really known who they are or what they're supposed to be. And now and I can understand why Vita Vea is saying, what is this? Right? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
So they are.
They had contract disputes with Mike Evans. They eventually agreed to a 2-year deal with him, but he's now gone with the 49ers. And speaking of, have here a list before we get to Kyle Shanahan today. 2026 NFL offseason top impact signings, trades, draft picks from Matt Bowen, ESPN.com. Do you think that the Mike Evans signing with the Niners was a top 10 offseason impact move? Obviously, it's hard to say because we haven't played games yet. But would you rank it up there? Number 1, of course, Myles Garrett, traded to the Rams. 2, A.J. Brown, traded to the Patriots.
It probably is at the bottom.
3,
right?
Trent McDuffie, traded to the Rams. You see, John Lynch, what the Rams are doing?
Where's Odigizua?
Number 4, Dexter Lawrence, traded to Cincinnati. 5, Trey Hendrickson, signed by the Ravens. 6, Calamari, signed by the Vikings. By the way, your team also... they signed Jamal Adams.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Who really plays linebacker now.
Yeah.
But your surprise team making moves. 7, Caleb Downs, drafted by the Cowboys. 8, Tyler Linderbaum, signed by the Raiders.
Come on. Lindy. Come home, Lindy.
He's already home. You already signed him. 9, Jalen Waddle, traded to the Broncos. And 10, DJ Moore, traded to the Bills. Well, where's
DJ Moore? DJ Moore, that is not a bigger deal than Mike Evans.
It was like 3 or 4 on there. Like, what?
Yeah.
I know.
DJ Moore runs one route.
He's the explosive number 1 option for Josh Allen.
No. He runs hey, you want to know the real slant merchant? Is DJ Moore. No. And half the time, no, Jay, he's not a slant merchant. He's a screen merchant. All he does is catch screens.
All he does is catch passes. He's caught at least 90 passes in 2 of his 3 seasons in Chicago.
And how many were behind the line of scrimmage?
I don't know, but he had 6 touchdown catches in each year.
Okay.
Anyway, they got Mike Evans 13th.
Dang. The draft picks being in there is weird.
Yeah.
Like, who cares that Jeremiah Love went to the Cardinals?
11, Reuben Bain, drafted by Tampa Bay. 12, Jeremiah
Stupid.
Love, drafted by Arizona.
Stupid.
13, Mike Evans, signed by the
It's just
49ers.
stupid. Like, the Cardinals aren't doing anything, and that's not about Jeremiah Love. I like Jeremiah Love, but the Cardinals aren't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote this?
This is at ESPN.com, and it was
I know it's not
by Matt Bowen.
Matt Bowen.
Yeah.
I know it's not.
Former, safety? What was Matt Bowen?
I'm just looking to see. I have to check on that, Jay. I'm looking to see if there's any other Raiders or 49ers on this
I
list.
know it wasn't my guy Fowler.
Quay Walker, number 31. Quay Walker, signed by the Raiders.
Come on, now we're talking.
Number 31.
35, Kirk Cousins, signed by the Raiders.
Matt Bowen is a DB.
Yep. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Been around for a long time.
Get him on.
48 is
He's a
Fernando
Midwest guy,
Mendoza.
Chicago guy.
48?
48, Fernando Mendoza.
That's because they said he's not playing. Yeah, put some respect. That's because they said he's not playing.
Yeah,
This
Mike
is
Evans should be higher, and I'm with you. Draft picks, that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah. I don't understand that. Whitey, I have something for you.
Yes?
Guys, you're not going to believe this.
I don't believe it already.
I know you. No, I'm not. I'm not kidding on this one.
Okay.
Harrison Bader, who has played, I believe, what was it, 18
He's been
games?
hurt. I just got his autograph and some cards, but I sold it.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Harrison Bader has played in 30 games this season. Giants signed him to a 2-year deal. I don't know what's going on, fellas. From Shayna Rubin 10 minutes ago. Harrison Bader got into a scooter accident over the weekend, which complicated his meeting with the foot ankle specialist in Indianapolis about his plantar fasciitis. He will have an MRI. Stay away from the scooters.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, what is going on with the Giants and scooters? Fireworks, scooters.
Yeah.
Just shut it down.
Right.
Shut it
get
down.
An Uber.
Get an Uber, not a scooter.
It's not funny. It's just absurd.
It literally
Obviously, it's like,
is.
oh, he's hurt. That's funny. No, it's not funny. It's just bizarre and absurd.
Because Hunter Pence, he used to be on the normal scooters, right? That whole thing. He wasn't on these motorized scooters.
Are you going to go off on the motorized scooters like you went off on e-bikes once?
Well, that was a different annoyance. Remember when they were all over the city?
Yeah.
That was a different annoyance. But it's not, e-bikes, that's just lazy. Scooters, they've always been around. The motorized scooters. They've always kind of been around. It's not the same.
I mean, for a pro athlete, especially when it's already injured, and I know, you're not going to make your plantar fasciitis any worse by riding a scooter, but isn't that one of the things you'd think you'd have in a contract? You can't, there's a lot of things you can't do.
2014.
What type of scooter is it, though?
I think they're all motorized, but here's the thing.
Meaning like a Vespa type joint, or is it the one that you stand on?
I don't think so. Because, those Vespas you could really mess yourself up. I know this
Some
is from
of those things are fast.
2014.
There's some kids in our neighborhood. I mean, those things whistle when they go by.
2014, Hunter Pence lost his wheels but not his sense of humor. The right fielder's beloved scooter was stolen on Sunday night as he dined at a restaurant in the Embarcadero. But he had to ride on his backup scooter, which had a weaker motor, Whitey. These guys, these scooters, man.
The weirdest one ever is I remember who it was, but I don't want to say because I don't know why he did this. He's kind of been in the public eye. There was a giant pitcher who he stole somebody's bike once and rode away from the game. Have you guys heard that?
No.
Yeah, that happened.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But, left-handers are kind of crazy.
Well, that's very true.
Yeah.
So, sorry. I know we're getting into some Niners talk, but I honestly thought there's no way two scooter incidents in a span of an hour.
I don't know. I feel like Buster or somebody needs to just come in and go, look, that's enough. I know these things are all seemingly unrelated, but that is enough nonsense.
Guys, we're done. Hey, I feel like I'm talking to the kids.
The fireworks, the mascots.
It's over.
Yeah.
Guys.
We don't do that.
We're done with the scooters. We're done. No more. At least the rest of the year.
Here's a sign with a scooter and a circle and a red slash through it.
And they're sitting in a classroom, and it's Harrison Bader and Dinger and Hunter Pence.
Yeah.
No more scooters, man. Mm-hmm. No more scooters. Ridiculous. Wow. I just had to let you know that.
What's his status? I mean, how long has he signed, Harrison Bader?
2 years.
Oh, my goodness.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. 916, Alec Thomas after getting DFA'd. Man, this week can't get any worse. Santa Dinger, hold my cookies. That's from Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's a good one, Ken. That might be number one on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy. Dinger and Max Crosby would be the best 1-2 edge rushing combo in the league.
You're the one that opened that door.
I mean, it's
you opened
out.
the door, you rolled out the red carpet, you invited people in.
The video is out. I had said nothing.
But this is your coworker.
They're okay.
Oh, okay.
They're okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the thing about Dinger, right? It's Dinger. So it could be, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's just Dinger.
Right.
There's nothing else behind that.
Right.
You know, it's not like De'Aaron Fox's face. You can't, you're not putting a face. It's just Dinger.
Mm-hmm.
Dinger.
You're right.
You're right. I was going to take it to the grave. I was going to take it to the grave. Honestly, I forgot all about it, and I've refreshed during a break. So, John Boy, you're not going to believe. Yeah. Okay. Hey, someone said, who had the inside scoop? Everyone in that building. But somebody said, I'm posting this. I have to. Wasn't worth it, man.
Or a fan, maybe, but maybe not a fan.
No, it's all the same video. Oh. It's all that one video. And the person was just, ooh, look, Dinger. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Pause, because I wanted to talk about Kyle Shanahan, obviously, and I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone or anything because it's obviously much more serious. But Kyle Shanahan did clear up a few things today when he spoke with the media, and he spoke publicly for the first time since the accident, and spoke for about 30 minutes with a bunch of Bay Area reporters, and Kyle Shanahan felt very badly that this incident somehow had been framed as something that was not his fault, that the woman driving the other car, that it had been her fault. And he said he felt terrible when he saw that. And so he wanted to share with reporters and tell them what had actually happened. It was weighing on him.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So he gave his full version of the events, and his phone, he said he wasn't on the phone, he said. He had his phone on his lap. It fell on the floor, and he went down to pick it up and then swerved as he was reaching down to pick the phone up, and then smash right into the other car. Cut his face because there was the garage door opener with a metal clip on the visor, which smacked him, and 40 stitches there, and everything else going on with the broken arm and nose and ribs, and the airbag, of course, doing some damage as they can do.
I know it's not the same thing, obviously, because it's not an injury from playing, but it is still, I don't know why he got to be careful. I'm not trying to say bad luck because he's accepting fault, but it just is more so never ending with the Niners. There's just always going to be something. Nobody is safe from it at this point. So now all he can do is wait. And I know Jay, during one of the breaks when we were talking about it, is the real question is, with everything that comes with a long, not just a flight, not just Vegas or even to the East Coast, but to go to Australia and, your limbs, things can get swollen. Things are just awkward when you're in a plane for that long. Does he make that trip? And I would say it's got to be somewhat of a question right now. Yeah. I'm sure he's planning on it.
Right.
Just they're all planning on it.
The headaches, he's got to get rid of the headaches. And I guess he said yesterday the headaches weren't bad, but they came back today. So he's got to, be cleared neurologically. Lieutenant Nicholas Martinez of the Palo Alto Police Department said Shanahan's account was correct. He was found at fault for the collision. There was a clerical error in the preparation of the report that was transmitted to the state database. We are in the process of correcting that error. It is the officer's discretion at the scene of the collision as to whether they issue a citation. It is not uncommon for officers to elect to not issue a citation to either party. Neither party in this situation was provided preferential treatment, end quote. That's an official statement from Lieutenant Nicholas Martinez. So that obviously has been part of this. People wondering, oh, there's a cover-up. Shanahan got the preferential treatment. But it looks now like we know for the most part what happened, why we didn't find out right away, and everybody can focus on what's most important, which is getting better.
Can you read that line one more time about why the system said he wasn't at fault?
Yes. Shanahan's account was, quote, correct in that he was found at fault for the collision. There was a clerical error in the preparation of the report that was transmitted to the state database. We are in the process of correcting that error.
I mean, it's not Friday, but
neither party in this situation was provided preferential treatment. That's the official statement. Yeah.
It's not Tinfoil Friday, but
oh, now you're going back down that road?
Well,
I understand why.
I mean, you have to, right? A clerical error, you have to. And when they say, they also make it very clear that, somebody entered it, right, Whitey? Somebody had to enter it, but they're talking about fixing the error. They don't even mention.
We're in the process of correcting that error.
Right, but they don't even mention, hey, the person that entered it, we're going to, none of that. Mm-hmm. Just we'll fix the error.
Yeah. Ugh. Shanahan said, it just crushed me hearing the girl get blamed for it. I'm just lucky that I survived, that she didn't get hurt, and that I didn't lose my eye. Mm-hmm. He also said he's getting tired. That's one of the biggest problems. He had a good day Monday, felt worse Tuesday. He wanted to clarify that while his concussion was serious, he did not have amnesia, and he never blacked out.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm just reading the comments here from Nick Wagner, because he literally just posted that clip that I asked for you to read again, and people are just saying, okay, man. All right. Now,
people are they're suspicious. They think it's a dubious explanation that there was an error in the preparation, and
right. I mean, did they know? Because I saw somebody say, well, I'm happy that Shanahan came out and said that, but also very surprised that he did. And maybe, I don't know if it wasn't here's my question, and I'm not trying to get lost in the weeds here, but if what was it supposed to say? Right? If there wasn't a clerical error, was it supposed to say what Shanahan said today? That he had dropped his phone because they said that they weren't saying fault. So was the clerical error them saying that he wasn't at fault, and it would have said that he was at fault if there wasn't an error? Does that? I guess so, right?
Yeah, I understand your question. I have no way of knowing the answer.
Yeah. And I know somebody. Well, it's all good because everyone is okay. Trust me, I get it, but we're just having the conversation is all. Mm-hmm. That's clearly the most important thing. And I'm not trying to get lost in the weeds, but people are going to, how often, and I'm definitely not trying to go down the road of, the police and law enforcement and all of that. My mom obviously was part of law enforcement, but yeah, now people will wonder.
His mom ran the FBI.
And it's not the FBI.
For several years.
But, then it just begs the question, how often do clerical errors happen with non-Niners head coaches? Probably quite often.
Look at the history of this country. Quite often.
Yeah, and if he hadn't come out today and said, no, it was my fault, that clerical error probably wouldn't be corrected.
I think that's part of it. That's probably what burned him, burned the feeling that he has. Well, this thing is out and it's not correct.
Yeah.
If there was no report, then that's what kind of started. Okay, well, if he's not at fault, he's our guy, we know him, Kyle Shanahan, then the other person must be at fault. because that's how just it works in sports and in most things. One side always is going to feel as if, okay, well, if it was somebody's fault, they crashed. So if the write-up, the system says it's not Shanahan's fault, well, then it's clearly her fault. And then that's when he probably felt better as well. Maybe he always knew he was going to say something. Mm-hmm. But
as a reformed Warrior fan, how are you feeling about Draymond Green returning to the Warriors 1 year, $27.7 million?
I think
Speaking
it's
of future
a lot.
Hall of Famers, there's one right there.
I think it's a lot, but if I'm not mistaken, that's what he had opted out of anyway. So it was kind of
He opted out 27.6.
Yeah.
And then he signs 1 year, 27.7.
Right. So basically, even if they didn't want to give it to him, they had already agreed, hey, we'll just have to do it again.
Does not include a no-trade clause. Draymond Green's 14-season run with the Warriors, the second longest active streak for a player with one team in the NBA, behind only Steph Curry, who will begin his 18th season with the Warriors.
Anthony Slater, obviously, and it doesn't even, back in the day when I first started here, you bring up the Warriors and somebody's chiming in. We don't want to hear it. And it feels like, because where the Kings are at and where the Warriors are at, there's just not a level of venom. But just objectively taking away your Kings fandom, I just can't believe, because Anthony Slater came out today and said the Kings are, last week, what was it, Marcus Thompson said that the Warriors or it was either Kawakami or Marcus Thompson said the Warriors are getting ready for the future. And then today you have Anthony Slater saying they're good, running it back. We're just waiting for Jimmy to get better. I saw Jimmy taking shots somewhere. It looked like he was at a castle or something ridiculous. But it just...
You mean like a bouncy house or something?
No, like the front yard
overseas.
of a castle or in Ireland, it looked like, or something. But I can't...
He was taking shots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think he was in France.
He was in France?
Yeah, he's overseas somewhere right
See, that's that Jimmy type of stuff. Some French coffee, whatever he's got going on. But I just can't believe the Warriors are going out like this. And I would say this, Steph Curry has to be it's not on him to complain, because we talk about athletes complaining and stuff, but I mean, Steph has to essentially just be good with his career. At some level, hey, I want to win, but I'm comfortable out here. I'm not trying to go to Charlotte or anywhere. I saw someone say the Spurs should go get him, trade the Warriors, De'Aaron Fox, and a bunch of picks. Did you see that? Stephon Castle. But I think Steph just saying, I got 4 rings. If it happens, it happens. I'm good in where I'm at.
Is that what you would do if you're Steph?
Maybe. I mean, I know Jordan ended up playing for a different team, right, at the very end.
To me, it would depend on how many more years I plan on playing. If I'm like, I only got a couple more years, I'll ride
I think
it
that's
out.
where he's at.
But if he's thinking, I could still play 4 years or more, I would seriously look at other options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm seeing here, as I Googled, it said, clerical and administrative errors happen often in police departments because officers spend 3 or more hours per shift on paperwork for data entry.
There you go.
916 says, Alan, I think you're misunderstanding things. The police accident report says Shanahan was at fault. That is the official record. The database is just that, a database that's going to be used for statistics and insurance purposes. Likely nobody would have ever known that mistake was made unless he said so. Maybe they waited for the report, but I don't remember, unless the report came out today. There was no, help me guys, there was no report that said Shanahan was at fault prior to.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think the only information that was available to reporters like Grant Cohn, who tracked it down, I think was the erroneous information.
Right. They're talking about that database. But the first part from the 916, the police accident report said Shanahan was at fault. When did that say that? When did that come out? Because I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. The initial statement from the police was, it's not our policy to tell anyone publicly who's at fault.
Right.
Yeah.
But appreciate you chiming in with 916.
Yeah, we appreciate that. What's Cooking is coming up next. Tell you about some crazy stuff going on with Major League Baseball. Bobbleheads, including one, I got to get for Allen. That's next, Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clear skies tonight with a little bit of a breeze. Temperatures dropping off into the upper 50s to lower 60s by Wednesday morning. We'll be heating up under sunny skies into the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. For more than 50 years, Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. You'll find us under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard. Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap. On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads, grand manners hide secrets, and stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch a new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Spot. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow.
Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy to set up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, I heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, $14,000 off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed. 10th is net savings. See dealer for details.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
What's cooking is a nice calzone, or at least a nice calzone bobblehead. The Yankees have announced that they'll be giving away on August the 27th George Costanza calzone bobblehead, which is a reference to a Seinfeld episode. So they're giving these away on August 27th. And yet, the bobblehead, which hasn't been given away yet, is going for, let's see. I think it's $250 on eBay. That's right. Starting point as of now $145 and climbs all the way to $250. So this bobblehead that hasn't even been given away yet is already going for $250, Alan. It's that popular.
What?
Has to do with George Costanza and an episode where he was working for the Yankees, episode of Seinfeld, and George Steinbrenner liked his calzone. So anyway, Thursday, August 27th, The first 18,000 guests receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead. And some of those are already selling on eBay. Jimmy Traina, who writes for SI.com, he wrote about this, and he asked the question, why do they only give away like 18,000 of them when you look at how many seats there are in the building and how many people want them? And so that caused kind of a kerfuffle. A lot of it has to do with the fact that teams want fans to get there early. So, if you want that, you better get there early. And then if you're there earlier, you spend more money on stuff.
Yes, that makes sense.
Part of it.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some crazy giveaways that will have the lines. Hours. There was one for Shohei, I think, last year. And it was in the daytime, East Coast or West Coast. Most of the time, you have those night games, and they literally were lined up from the morning.
Yeah,
the morning.
The Dodgers have started. I think they give away like 40,000, or they just say we're giving one to everybody.
Right.
Because, they had a card giveaway of some kind recently, and people were just like getting the cards and immediately selling them to other people in line.
Exactly.
And it was just a mess.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's going to get one, but not all teams do that.
But I appreciate, trying to make your money any way you can make your money. I got to say, Whitey, and Jay, you'll love this. So there was a guy who we chose to be at one of the promos, right? And he ended up getting a hat. And some kids came up to me. I was hoping that it would be videoed. Some kids came up to me and said, hey, can you sign our stuff? So I'm signing like 7 or 8 kids, their balls, their hats, all of it, right? So I'm signing all that. And then one of the guys that was in one of the promos, he said, hey, can you sign my hat too? I'm like, okay. I see him on Saturday, right? Now I signed it last homestand. He says, hey, that hat you gave me, I put it on eBay, and it was going for $150. Now, I can't remember if it was a special. I'm on eBay now trying to find the hat. I don't think he was pulling my leg. I'm not saying it was the signature. I might have been a special hat that we gave them because of the promos, but it was kind of reminded me of the MLB Network thing. Yeah. Where he says it was going for $150. But I haven't been able to find it, and I didn't see him. On Sunday, I was going to say, hey, can you send me the link? But he wasn't there on Sunday. But apparently, there's something floating around. Now, my name might be butchered. He might not be spelling it right. But apparently, there's something out there.
Well, there is something out there that I may have to get you, Ellen, because Friday, the Pittsburgh Pirates had a bobblehead night, and they gave away a bobblehead that I got to get you. I think they're going for I think I can get one on eBay for like $45.
What is it?
I'm going to show Alan the picture. I apologize to those of you who can't see. It's the Dr. Robbie bobblehead. Dr. Robbie from the Pit. They gave him away on Friday.
Was that line down the...
Hugely popular.
I'm sure.
Hugely popular.
Wow. We are 2 episodes away from finishing the first season. My wife makes us watch it every night.
Look, he's got his scrubs on with a little Pirates badge on there. Doesn't really look anything like him.
Doesn't look like him at all.
Right, but the Dr. Robbie bobblehead.
Wow.
Hey, from the Pit. I may have to get one for myself.
Maybe
I'll get one for you.
You need one. Normally 11 o'clock comes around. I'm the one that's still up. My wife will, hey, I got to get ready. I'm going to go to bed. Watching the Pit, Whitey, every night. Hey, it's 11:45. You need to go to... I'm telling her. She's hooked. We got 2 more episodes.
So she likes it more than you like it?
I mean, I like it, but she's obsessed. So we're gonna finish it before the end of the week, season 1. And there's season 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Waiting for season 3 like you.
What is, in Alan Styles' view and in Jay's view, the all-time number 1 ballpark giveaway?
Kind of based on what, though?
What you think is that is the best one. That's the one that I would stand in line for.
I think anything that you can legitimately wear. The Giants did you guys see what they gave away a couple weeks ago? It was button-up. That was a real jersey looking, I don't know what it felt like, but if it's something that you can actually rock, then I'm in. I'm in.
See, to me, and I don't know, they maybe didn't have these, They stopped having them by the time you were going to games. But Jay, bat day,
the mini bat,
a real what? They
oh,
used
the
to have
big
real
one?
bats.
Yeah.
The A's used to give away, and they were green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was sweet. You actually go to the game and get a bat. Now it's dicey.
The inflatable one. They won't even give you those.
I was gonna say same thing, Whitey. I think the three that come to my mind: Jersey Day.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Alan. Something that's comparable to comparable to a real jersey.
Yeah,
not that thin fly. Tissue paper jersey.
No.
Bat Day for sure, Whitey. I remember going to A's games, even Giants games, getting the bat. Oh, that was it.
Sit in the bleachers. And bam.
And one time, I don't even know if my mom still has this. The A's gave away replica World Series ring day. Yeah. And that was, call it 93 or
That's
something.
what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I've never seen a replica ring that they give away. I know the Warriors
Giants
do it.
certainly
The Giants.
give away a lot of them,
I don't know, is it good enough to go in the man cave? Is it cheapy? I just don't know.
Yeah, I was a kid, and I remember my mom like, here, just give it to me. And, over the years, I mean, we're talking 20, 33 years
in your mind,
ago,
it was dope.
Yeah, for sure.
If we saw it now, who knows?
It's probably like $12 Amazon joint.
They are plastic.
916 plastic?
I think they're plastic.
916.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think plastic meaning fake.
Well, I just think they're made of, we have one.
Like the little
I can
steel
bring
or
in to
something,
show you.
metal or something.
I think it's from when we were at the game, a Warriors one.
You do have
wife
one.
has. My wife, it's my wife's.
It's plastic?
I think it's,
See, the one I remember, it wasn't plastic, but it wasn't, I won't say it wasn't worth anything, but it wasn't worth a lot. But it wasn't plastic. It was heavy and, made out of some type of titanium or metal or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to see one. Not that I wanted one, but, your team wins the championship. You better be first in line to get the replica rings. But I never.
That's a nice. I think that's a cool giveaway.
I do too. Mm-hmm. There's some bad, the Giants Hawaiian shirts. I mean, we're not on the beach.
That's coming. No, who was I think I just saw, maybe it's the Marlins giving away a whole shirt and it's a set.
Really?
Like shirts and shorts.
Please,
yeah, I just saw it. Yeah.
Please come to the game. Please. We got a whole wardrobe.
Yeah, we'll give you the whole fit.
Yeah.
I think it's the Marlins. I was just literally watching that.
Wow. Yeah, I would just say something I was mad because there was because there were a lot of people, like River Cats fans are very smart. And there was this crew sweater. I love a good crew sweater. And it just said SAC on it. It was Sacramento River Cats. And I thought, okay, cool. You never know how many people are going to show up. I might be able to finesse something. But I don't like, trying to grab something before it's, everyone, all paying customers get an opportunity. Them bad boys went like hotcakes because they were just straight up crew sweaters. They just said Sacramento. They were just legit.
Yeah.
So everybody just saying, this is a free sweater that I will actually wear, not a Hawaiian Giants shirt.
Yeah. I'll give you one that sticks in my mind. I want to say 96 and 96, 97. I had to be 8th, 7th, or 8th, 9th grade, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. I was visiting my aunt in Chicago. We went to the White Sox game, and they gave a replica autograph ball of all the team, and it was a stand there were different cards that would come with it, and I believe each one was autographed. And I remember I got a Frank Thomas one because I was a huge Frank Thomas fan with the replica autograph ball. So it's like the ball, the stand, and then right on next to the stand was a card, and each card you got was something autographed.
Wow.
Yeah, a card, yeah. And I got the Frank Thomas one. I remember like, oh, man, of all the people.
Big
I didn't get Harold Baines.
They're not doing that. They're not doing
nah,
this
that's
anymore.
done, yeah. That's
You don't like those Hawaiian shirts,
Too much effort.
They're just stupid.
What about, you ever been to Panama Hat Night giveaway?
Those at least serve a purpose. Can't even wear the Hawaiian shirts because it's cold as heck there. Mm-hmm, at least the Panama hat, you can wear golfing or, while you're there.
Is that like the straw hat?
Yeah, the big old
big straw hat. Like, yard work.
It's like give me a break, man.
They used to have helmet night way back when.
Yeah?
Yeah. He says there's zero debate about this being his final season. Do you believe him? Who are we talking about? All those answers are coming up. We'll wrap things up on Sactown Sports next.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clear skies tonight with a little bit of a breeze. Temperatures dropping off into the upper 50s to lower 60s by Wednesday morning. We'll be heating up under sunny skies into the mid to upper 90s. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
California's calling. Sun-soaked coasts, forest trails, and fun-filled city nights. With 21 hybrid and electrified Toyota models, there's a ride made for your life. Score summer deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and the 51 MPG Camry. Or get 0% APR plus finance cash on the all-electric BZ. Go farther and spend less this summer with Toyota's hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric EVs. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/3/26.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been 2 important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
We're just talking about ballpark giveaways because the Pirates just gave away a Dr. Robbie bobblehead. So we were talking about the best ballpark giveaways, and Jay mentioned those World Series ring giveaways. Listen to this. I had forgotten about this, but I looked it up during the break. The Astros, remember there was a time the Astros were terrible. In 2011, they lost 106 games. 2012, they lost 107. 2013, they lost 111. Then they lost 92, but they were building something, and they had a AAA team in Fresno. So in 2015, the Fresno team, they were the Fresno Grizzlies, they had a giveaway. This was 2015 at Fresno. They were giving away 2017 World Series Astros rings. In 2015. Yeah. And it caused such a commotion. They stopped. They had to discontinue the plans. The GM said, "We met internally and have decided to replace the 2017 Houston Astros World Championship ring with a more Fresno-centric giveaway." So that was the plan, but they changed the plan. And, of course, in 2017, the Astros won the World Series.
Wow. That's crazy. They had to shut it down.
What are you doing? You can't. That's a little too bold.
Who cares out there? Who cares?
I don't know if maybe the organization was embarrassed or
Yeah,
what. But well, we're not going to do that. And they should have because they were right.
Wow.
Could you imagine what that would be worth?
Yeah. I don't know if they ever actually made any. Looks like maybe they
they
didn't.
definitely.
Yeah.
The 209 Stockton. D-backs gave out NL championship rings a few years back when they were legit, not plastic. There's a lot to process there. Why are the Diamondbacks giving out? That is the most Diamondbacks thing ever. Why are they giving out National League champion rings?
Well, that's a thing, isn't it? I mean,
those might have been the actual real ones that the players didn't want.
That's what I'm saying. They were
I know what you're
legit,
saying,
not
but
plastic.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's something to celebrate, especially that team. They
got a championship.
I know.
Not,
What year was that?
Was that 05?
Yeah, earlier than that.
02?
02, 01, 01, 02.
I think.
Come on, guys. Really?
That was like right after 9/11.
Yeah.
Really, though?
Luis?
Come on, Jay. NL championship rings?
I'm with you. I mean, and you guys have had opportunity. Next time we get a player on in some form or fashion, and we know that they lost not in the championship, like they didn't get the real ring.
Yeah.
If we ask them, what did they do with their Eastern Conference championship ring or NL West, I guarantee most people are like, I have no clue what that ring is at.
Right. It might go in the man cave with
knows?
everything else, but when you walk out or when you guys are doing, the true card stuff and there's a champ out there and they're wearing the ring, they're not wearing it.
Okay, I get that, but if I'm in the marketing
They're
department
not wearing it.
and we're the
NL ring
Diamondbacks, we're like, hey, we had a great year. And Arizona fans are not, there's a lot of competition out there. Let's give away national championship rings to fans. Celebrate what the year we had.
Nah,
From a marketing standpoint.
I'm out.
So they can be reminded that but fans are only going to look at it as we lost the World Series.
Plus,
what am I supposed to do with this?
Plus, they're legitimate rings.
I'm going to put this with the Hawaiian
My
shirt.
understanding is they're great
Put
rings.
that with the Hawaiian shirt. It's all useless.
Are you going to put that with the Kings Pacific Division Championship banners?
Yes.
Yes.
Throw it all in the same bucket.
Yeah. And the Lakers small banner for in season.
Get them all out of here.
The sticky note.
The sticky note.
Get them all out of here. Come on, man.
You would be happy with that, Whitey? As a fan. You'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool.
You're selling that, Whitey.
Yeah.
You're selling it.
I don't blame the team for giving it away, for saying, look, we had a great year. Let's celebrate it. I understand what you guys are saying, but if I'm in the marketing department, I'm pushing for that. I'm saying, guys, look, I'm the guy that came up with the 2017 Astros rings for 2015 in Fresno, and they shot it down. We can't miss this opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
916
Stockton, that's where they're from. How many people were people lined up for that? Do you get more people lined up for a Hello Kitty?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, there's no question.
For sure.
Than that ring.
Yeah.
Show us a picture of the ring.
Hello Kitty is like, that is serious.
That's
you don't
big
mess
time.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here's
There's people lined up now for the next Hello Kitty giveaway. We don't even know what it is.
And they said, we got some
They're
shirts
still
for
out
you.
there.
We got some shirts for you. Hey, so there's different, you never know what is going to pop, right? But I know what's not going to pop. So, guys, we don't get a lot. You never know what you're going to find in the break room, but it doesn't happen often. Mm-hmm. Dude, I walk in, and this is how you know, hey, what worked and what didn't. This is from the big club because it has nothing to do with the River Cats. That's how many were left over. I walk into the break room, this is a month ago, River Cats. Dude, 3 big old boxes of these random Rafi Dever t-shirts with him is just swinging, and it's Rafi Devers, and nobody wanted it. They're just there for the workers now. That promo, Whitey, maybe there's a reason they go with the Hawaiian tees because they had to drive them bad boys from San Francisco to Sacramento. That's how many that they had.
Well, I know from reading about the giveaways of some of these bobbleheads, some of the people that are executives say, look, a lot of times people come to the park, they have no idea what the giveaway is, and they don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is a little bit different. But now everybody is getting on me saying, hey, 209, I just found my 2002 Pacific Division Kings shirt, and I'm excited to rock that thing.
I'm wearing mine tomorrow.
To Whitey's point, maybe it is different when your team doesn't see a lot of success. So maybe that's the Diamondbacks thing. I know the players ain't rocking those.
Nah.
209, I ran track and field at American River College. We won conference, won NorCal, got 4th in state, and you better believe I'm rocking my conference and NorCal championship gear. That's your
different.
You did
Right,
it, though.
that's different.
That's different. It's not the same.
Nah,
Same thing as the Diamondbacks.
Now 209. I won all the free shirts. I got the Hawaiian t-shirt for Father's Day. I love that thing. I would have taken 2. Well, you can take mine, 209.
Get him a Devers shirt.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'll trade you. A Hawaiian shirt for a Devers shirt. I got 3.
By the way, the quarterback who says, this is my last year, no debate, 0 debate, is Aaron Rodgers. Do you believe him?
Yes, I do this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be another lackluster, cold season in Pittsburgh, and he'll just finally fade off into the sunset.
One more year because he wanted to play for Mike McCarthy.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, though. A new wave with the Mike Tomlins and guys like that gone. I was thinking real quick, guys, so far we've had crazy movies, crazy music has been released. We had the Knicks win the championship. We'll see what happens in baseball. But the Super Bowl has been probably the biggest letdown so far in 2026, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to everything else that's happened. I was just thinking about that.
That and Team USA in the World Cup.
And World Baseball Classic, too.
That's right.
We don't know.
I'd already forgot about that.
Hey, we already clinched, so.
Yeah. We're back with you tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. Stick around. More great sports talk coming up. Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding